The game between Dutchtown and East Ascension has produced such myths, legends, and superstars as Glenn Dorsey, Landon Collins, Eddie Lacy, Eric and Justin Reed, and Lloyd Cushenberry. Tonight, who will write their name on the tablets of immortality as the Griffins and the Spartans in a game for the ages tonight, live on the REV Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar, go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed, buku speed, high-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana, all backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
We're Rev Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs, reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. Rev Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Mark your calendars for the first annual City of Gonzales Fall Fest. Join us on Sunday, October 27th at the Price of Law Pace Center from noon to 4 p.m. Enjoy a fantastic range of free fall activities and be entertained by the soulful sounds of Jamel Richardson. It's an event full of fun and music that you won't want to miss.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a very wet East Ascension Spartan Field. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, our Hall of Famer, David Swacker. And, Coach, it is senior night here. The rain is falling, but it's not nearly as bad as it was earlier, and we really thought this game was going to be even further delayed, but luckily, knock on wood, it hasn't been so far.
And, right off the bat, of course, they're doing the senior night. This is delayed, part of the delay of the whole game process. But right off the bat, there was lightning.
Yep.
And we're talking about 2 hours ago, basically. And that's a delay in itself. As you can see in the stands, not a whole lot of people on the Dutchtown side. On the East Ascension side, there are more people. But a lot of these people are coming because of senior night. And they're going through the process right now of introducing the seniors, which it looks like East Ascension has a great deal of them. And they also have the shirt off my back included with the senior night.
Well, it's a wonderful thing to see, and these guys certainly deserve the accolades that they're being given here. All the athletic trainers, everybody is being recognized, and we appreciate all their hard work over the last 4 years. Let's take a look at the Dutchtown and East Ascension series. Coach, this is a big football game, not just for the series, both being tied at 10 apiece, but also for this year's district standings and who's going to the playoffs.
And I'm going to just tell you, East Ascension has their back completely to the wall. They may progress by losing 2 games, but I would say they'd be guaranteed a playoff spot if they would win their final 2 games of the year. But now, who do they play? they play Walker, and they play Dutchtown. That's two teams that are tied for first place, along with the Gators of Santa with only one loss. And that's who they got to play their last two games to try to get into the playoffs, one of the top 28 teams.
Last year, Dutchtown won this one 37-14, and both teams, when they're home, are 6-4. East Ascension hosting this one, looking to see if they can break the tie and make it 11 wins for them over Dutchtown. Now, let's take a look at what happened last week in the district, because that is really going to play into some of the things we talk about all night long. Denham Springs over Prairieville on Thursday night. Walker destroyed Dutchtown last week, 44-24. Santa Ma easily over Live Oak. And then Turlings Catholic, and we're going to talk about the East Ascension Turlings game, but that was tied 14-14 almost at halftime, and then things went downhill a little bit. But that Walker Dutchtown game was a big one.
And I'm going to tell you, we were both talking about who did Walker play as a non-district opponent just a week or so ago. It was Shaw, and got beat handedly by Shaw. And so it's interesting to see right now who is in first in 5-5A, the Gators of Santa Ma, Walker Wildcats, and Dutchtown. Those three teams, because last year at this time, all three of those teams made it to the playoffs as a district champion.
This week, this is how it shapes up around the area and in the district. Dutchtown, of course, playing right here at East Ascension on Rev 1. Santa Ma and Prairieville are tangling on Rev Sports 2. Walker is at Denham Springs. And Live Oak is actually hosting a Macomb out of Mississippi. So that's an interesting non-district game for them as we look around what's happening in the district.
Well, Jimmy, the amazing thing is we sat here for well over an hour, and all of a sudden we see a couple of buses trickle in, and we say, well, is that Dutchtown or is that East Ascension? And I'm going to tell you, Dutchtown did a very good thing in waiting to the last second to get on that bus to where there was no place for them to go over here,
right,
except sit on the bus. And so when it lightened up, East Ascension came out because they had to do the parent night, the senior night, and then Dutchtown came out and they warmed up on the other end of the field. While as you're looking at it, if you look up into the lights, you see it is just pouring down, raining right here.
It is definitely coming down, and it has been steady for the last couple of hours. Not nearly as hard as it was when I was driving over, thankfully, but it has definitely been a steady stream.
But you were on the interstate, and we communicated with a text. I said, we just had thunder and lightning here.
That's right.
And you said we just had the same thing on the interstate. So luckily, evidently, that was not going in our direction. Yes.
Thankfully. Our coaches, Dutchtown is coached by Guy Mistretta in his 8th year. He is 55-28 over his career. He's got 4 state championships to his credit, 2 as defensive coordinator and 2 as head coach. And, of course, Brock Mathern in his first year, they're 3-5 on the season, but he has got these guys, I think, poised. He said, we are right at the cusp of doing something special here at East Ascension. 5 plays, he said, 5 plays a game. That's the difference to winning and losing.
Well, Coach Oliver from Santa Ma will tell you it was 1 play. Mm-hmm. And, so you can sit there and you can talk about it. You can make excuses about it, but it is what it is. And right now, you are looking at playing the two of the best teams in the district the next 2 weeks. And you gotta get to the kids and get them committed that we have to come out and get the job done, because our goal is to get into the playoffs. And if we're playing better right now, we got a chance of being pretty good in the playoffs.
Coach, let's take a look at the keys to the game, and we'll start off with Dutchtown. They've got to sustain drives. One of the things that Coach Mistretta told me over the course of the week is that, they were going 3 and out too much, especially against Walker, and it's something that they've really been working on. And they also gave up a lot of big plays to that Walker offense.
And probably the Santa Ma game, probably in the first half, he wasn't happy because of the score, but they were not doing this, sustaining drives. And in the second half, they were a lot better. But I'm going to just tell you, Walker, I think they're very well coached. And it's just amazing to me how they seem to rise to the occasion at times. And so that's why this district is so good. Ascension Parish versus Livingston Parish in the 5A group.
The other thing is they want to out-physical the Spartans, and that is not something that is easy to do. We talked about it as we were watching the guys warm up. But they have some very big, physical, athletic guys on this Spartan squad.
And look, let me tell you what, Jimmy. When you told me the win-loss record of these two schools, DUTCHTOWN and East Ascension, they're 10-10. I mean, DUTCHTOWN has dominated, it seems. Maybe they just dominated me when I was at Santa I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, 10-10. And to me, it's about one thing. And that's what Guy Mastretta says it. How can we match the physicalness of the East Ascension Spartans? Because when each one of these seniors gets announced here, and you look at their mom and dad or relatives that are out there, that's some big families. And that's what they do on that football field. They try to play physical all the time. And hopefully, you know, I know Coach Mathern is thinking that maybe we could get over a hump right here and next week.
Let's briefly talk about our key players for DUTCHTOWN. It's got to be the quarterback, and that is Champagne. And Champagne is Dylan Champagne. He's a senior. He is a great passer and a heck of a baseball player, but he's really settled in and throwing the ball very well. He is 57 of 109 for almost 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns, and he can run the ball too if he needs to.
Well, you know what I look at quarterback. There's no doubt how important he is because he's going to touch the ball every snap. But you know who else is touching that ball every snap? That center. And you know what that center has to do? Snap it back there 5 yards. And I'm going to just tell you, just watching warm-ups, you know, nobody's getting hit, you know, as they snap the ball. The center is not blocking anybody in pregame. But I'm going to tell you, that center and that quarterback got to touch it on every snap. That is crucial right there because the ball is going to swap hands either through a pass or a handoff or a fake and run or whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see because there was a lot, but you talk about your punt, snaps. How crucial is that tonight? Because you know what? You're liable to see a ton of punts tonight.
Yeah, and your center you're talking about is Aiden Guejo, and he is 6'3", 265. And for DUTCHTOWN, you mentioned the long snap for punters and extra points and things of that nature. They've got an injured long snapper, does DUTCHTOWN, so filling in is going to be Highland Rentz, and they have had some miscues, and you got to wonder whether or not this wet weather is going to really affect them even more with that unsteadiness at that position.
Well, I'm not real certain because I'm not kind of out of the coaching business, but I would never tell our kids anything about this rain.
Right.
And we can. I keep telling them the story about the kid that broke the school record at receiving with 12 catches for 225 yards, and it was raining. Plus, it was on a grass field at the pit, and that's you have to make them believe in you, and I think that is crucial right here for both coaches.
Let's take a look at the home team's keys for victory for East Ascension. You've got to win first down, and they have to sustain drives as well. That was something Coach Brock Mathern was very adamant about. Force 3 and out. They let Turlings Catholic continue drives last week. They couldn't get off the field fast enough. And with this slick field and the wet balls, you've got to make sure you win the turnover battle.
And, somebody that got an appearance last week, Hudson Browning, who's been injured basically throughout the whole season, supposed to be back tonight.
He is going to be the starting quarterback.
And I'm going to tell you, that's going to be interesting because just watching him throw that football, and from what everybody's told me, the guy can chunk the rock.
He can spin it.
And that is going to be crucial. Who's going to be catching it like Deron McZeal, Jasmine Smith. He's going to be on defense. But who is going to be catching the ball for the Spartans tonight?
The thing that Brock kept telling us is that they want to make sure whoever's at quarterback gets it in the hands of Deron McZeal. They have not used him as much on offense as we kind of expected in the games that we've seen East Ascension. McZeal has touched the ball some, but he has not been a mainstay on the offense. I think that's going to change tonight, whether it's through the air or handing it or pitching it. McZeal is going to touch it. And the last game we did with the East Ascension and Santamall a couple of weeks ago, Jameer Smith, the defensive end, was spectacular.
And I'm sitting here thinking, if you are the quarterback, Champagne, for DUTCHTOWN, you have one of the fastest guys probably in the state in Harvey. If he can get things going on some outside, some sweeps, some outside zone plays and stuff like this, he could be a difference maker in this game for DUTCHTOWN. So it's no doubt that Champagne throwing the ball, Champagne fake and go some of those runs, but Harvey has to play a big role here for DUTCHTOWN tonight.
Coach, what's the difference on playing on this turf field? One thing for us is that we're not going to have to worry about the uniforms being muddied up so we can see the numbers, which is a beautiful thing. But I just wanted to I'm curious as to, you coached a little bit back when they didn't quite have as many turf fields, but it's got to be a little different playing on a wet turf field.
When it's raining, and every time I look up at the lights, it hasn't stopped. Okay,
right.
I mean, it is still rolling pretty heavy. I just totally believe it's the attitude of your team. It's the attitude of your coaching staff. I'm one of these guys. Don't make any excuses. And here you go. You got the game ahead of you. What's going to happen in the kicking game? You got the best punters and kickers basically in the district here tonight, almost. And so what is going to happen? What's going to happen on each handoff? Right. Are the backs going to secure it? Are the receivers going to catch it and tuck the football? So it's a lot of little bitty things for each team to see just exactly who can accommodate the rain and the wetness.
We're going to take a quick break. We've got a couple more minutes here for senior nights, and we're going to kick this baby off. We're about an hour and 45 minutes behind. Actually, we're only 45 minutes behind. I'm sorry. It feels like an hour and 45 minutes. Only about 45 minutes behind schedule because of the rain, but we're just about ready to kick this baby off. It is going to be DUTCHTOWN and East Ascension for a big 5A matchup. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. You are watching the REV Game of the Week at Senior Night.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs, reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
You can look for a member of the EA Wrestling
Welcome back, everybody, to a very sloppy and wet, well, I don't say it's sloppy, it's a wet East Ascension Spartan Stadium field because it has been raining nonstop for the last 2 days. It hadn't rained in 6 weeks, but we got it all made up for in the last 2 days. I'm Jimmy Frederick. Along with me is David Swacker, and we have got a great football game, an important football game coming up here in just a few minutes. We're about 45 minutes behind schedule, but that's all right. We're going to have a great one for you. Let's take a look at the District 5 5A records as we await the national anthem. You talked about it earlier, Coach, right there.
3-1, 3-1, 3-1. And basically you got Dutchtown this weekend. Who do they play next week?
Walker.
And then you have Santa Ma. They're going against Prairieville High School this week, and Denham Springs after that. And then, of course, you got Walker. We've just covered that. But, boy, you have people like Denham Springs. Do not forget these folks.
Right.
Do not forget Live Oak right here. I mean, because these are people right here that can beat anybody in any given week.
What a cool light show with the rain falling through, and as it kind of cascades through the lights up top. It is an interesting, very if today were yesterday, this would be a great Halloween night kind of deal.
Jimmy, let me just tell you something. You don't see the bands come out when it's raining, but East Ascension's here.
That's right.
I mean, they understand their importance to this. If you look down there to the right, you see the student section packed with kids.
Yep.
They understand the importance of this. Dutchtown, I promise you, knows the importance of this. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly how this is handled by both sides.
He talks about Hudson Browning coming off the injury. He is the guy that is going to have to take control, even though he hasn't played much. He was hurt over the course of most of the season. Then he came back 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago and was thrown down hard on his shoulder again. And so that's why he's rusty. I mean, there's no way to talk about it. His shoulder is still not up to the strength that he's used to having. So that's something he's going to have to compensate for.
And you know, this is what I go on. I understand the injury and everything. You know, that's, very important, especially he's a baseball player. He understands. But Hudson Browning, he's going to be number 18 tonight, 5'10", 195 pounds. And Caden Gotro, who was a senior, Hudson Browning's just a junior. Cade Gotro's a junior. I've had friends that tell me watching the 7-on-7, these two guys are doing a heck of a job throwing the football during 7-on-7 for East Ascension down in LaPlace. So I look forward to both of them. And then, of course, on the other side of this, Champagne, I mean, he has been a starter all year, and he ought to be able to handle anything that's thrown at him in this game.
The Spartans are on the field, and we are moments away, finally, from kicking off this very important 5-5A district contest between the EA Spartans and the DUTCHTOWN Griffins. We didn't talk too much. We haven't talked yet about the defense for Dutchtown, but Josh Lewis is going to be key. He is the 6'5", 260-pound senior defensive end. He has 3 sacks and 8 tackles for loss, and he is committed to Missouri. And we're just about set for our national anthem. In fact, we will lay out now for the rendition of our national anthem and the presentation of the colors.
On the right rifle, Cadet Gabriel McCoy, and on the left rifle, Cadet Patrick Langlois. This time we'd like to ask you to please rise and remove your hats. Tonight's anthem will be performed by the Pride of EA Band.
Beautiful rendition by the pride of East Ascension's band, and they did a great job, as they always do. Boys and girls, we are about set for a football game here on a wet, rainy Friday night in November. Normally we would say it's kind of chilly, but it's not cold at all. It's 78 degrees or so, and it's been a warm one. In fact, we hit 90 in Baton Rouge, the latest we've ever hit 90 this week on Wednesday. So sometime we'll get a cool front. I'm not sure when, but it's not going to be tonight.
Well, we talked about Coach Oliver last week wanting to improve in the kicking game, especially on the kickoff team tackling the return guy. And look, there's speed all out on this field. And I'm going to tell you, the kicking game is going to be crucial for both teams tonight. Got good punters, got good extra point field goal guys, kickoff guys, but you still got to cover those kickoff returns that don't go in that end zone or punt returns.
There you see our captains, and they all know each other, hugging each other. It's a wonderful thing to see. This is a battle, there's no doubt about it, but these guys respect each other. They like each other. They may not like each other when they're on the field, but off the field, these guys are very close in terms of proximity of schools. They've just been playing with each other for so long.
Well, you know, I used to say this about Santa Maria and East Ascension. I mean, you got Waggispacks and Shake Snyders and Lamberts and everything, all related people, parents and everything working in plants together. And the most unbelievable thing is they all play baseball together in the summertime forever and ever. And so, you know, now baseball's kind of changed. Now we've added a couple of schools, and that may change a little bit. But, you know, you see each other in the 7-on-7s in the summertime and any of the other sports you might play.
Our referee tonight is Terry Macon, and our officials out of the Baton Rouge Association. And we have ourselves a coin flip. Dutchtown won the toss. They defer to the second half, and it will be East Ascension to receive the kickoff and start off on offense. And we will see Hudson Browning bring his team out in just a bit. And we are set for Dutchtown versus East Ascension. Both of these schools know that this game is crucial for playoffs and playoff seeding, and also for Dutchtown and really even East Ascension. The district crown is not out of the realm of possibility.
Well, and then you also, like, for Dutchtown, you know, they went all the way to the semifinals last year. And their thought is, sure, they're in the playoffs right now, but you always want to get a little bit better, trying to get that round 2 game at home or something, or maybe even round 3.
Ernest Mitchell and Deron McZeal will be set to receive the kick at their own 5-yard line, and it will be number 96, Corbin Roussel, to kick it away. He's got a pretty good leg, and he will kick this one short. It's collected at the 15-yard line. Still on his feet, but he will be wrapped up, and that is where the East Ascension Spartans will take it to start this ball game at their own 25.
Well, I love the kickoff right there. You know, that was put in the right spot. He had to catch it going backwards a little bit and picked up maybe 10 yards on the return.
We'll take a look at our starters right after this play as we start things off here. East Ascension and Dutchtown battling it out. All important.
McZeal at quarterback.
That's right. He will have a direct snap to Deron McZeal. We knew he was going to get the ball a lot. We didn't realize he was going to take the snap. And we will have ourselves a penalty flag fly before we even get started. While they're sorting that, it's an illegal procedure against East Ascension. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for East Ascension. When we see our regular quarterback, it'll be Hudson Browning. Your running back is Blackburn. Your fullback is McCarty. Tight end is Caleb Davis. Justin Oob, very important wide receiver, along with Lathan Dumas. Across the front, it's Martinez, Matthews. Berto is hurt, and he's going to be replaced by Jarvis, and then Green and Lacombe. Starting lineup.
I think they're just going to line up the guy that went in motion to the right.
McZeal will throw it out into the flats, and he will be laid out by Rylan Rentz.
What a tackle. Way to avoid the blocker on the outside, because if you get a block on the outside, you might have a very big play.
They fake the play, and boom, there he is. Nobody touches him. Let's take a look at the...
Not how you wanted to start the game if you're East Ascension, but boy, Guy Mastretta saying, I love what I just saw.
They lose 12 yards on that play. And now Hudson is in the ball game. He will hand it off to Jason Blackburn. And this defense is fired up as Chad Christie comes in and makes the stop. Let's take a look at the defensive starters for Dutchtown. They start like this. It'll be across the front, Josh Lewis, Tim Olawade, and Lewis Osborne. Your linebackers are Miles, Christie, Brandon Smith, and Highland Rentz, who had that tackle just a minute ago. And then the defensive backfield, Lathan Riley and Harris are your cornerbacks. And your safeties are Thomas Pierce and Christian Pierre. Again, another low snap. They have a backup center in there, and it looks like Hudson Browning is going to take off and run, but he is going to come up wisely, slides because of the fact that he's not afraid of contact, but he doesn't want to initiate it.
He's not going to get the first down, even though that wide receiver needed to do a better job on the outside blocking. But I'm going to just tell you what I just saw there, and I haven't seen the kid. Very quick, very fast. He could be a difference maker.
Preston Baker will put his foot into it for the East Ascension Spartans. Plenty of time, and he will boot this one. A nice high spiral. Fair catch is going to be called for, and the catch is made by Lathan Riley, and Dutchtown will have it 1st and 10. Let's take a look at the Dutchtown offensive starters as they come onto the field for the first time this afternoon. Dylan Champagne, we talked about him being a difference maker in this game. Lakedron Harvey, the running back, so fast. The wide receivers are Fields, Mayo, and Rogers. The tight end, Zach Dotter. Across the front, you have Travis, Phillips, Guejo, Davis, and Gotro, and those guys are big and physical up front. You can see them at the line of scrimmage. Boy, they look good coming off the bus, that's for sure.
And Harvey's in the backfield.
And there he goes, Lakedron Harvey breaking one tackle. Still on his feet, crossing the 50-yard line, upended by Deron McZeal. Big first down for Dutchtown.
On the carry across midfield for a Griffin first down.
Well, Harvey, nice kick-out block, and then right up there by the right left tackle. Right up there is the second puller up on the linebacker.
We'll give you the defensive starters right after this one. 1st and 10 for the Dutchtown Griffins. Again, it's Harvey. Harvey gets across the 40-yard line to the 39. Let's take a look at the defensive starters for East Ascension. They start like this. Jameer Smith, we talked about it. He's going to be key. John Brown and Campbell up front, and Ragus. Then you've got Jupiter, Miles, Landry, and are your linebackers. And then Trenton Palmer, Marcus Gant, your cornerbacks, your safeties. Deron McZeal and Ernest Mitchell, both of those guys are going to be keys to this one. Pick up 6, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Lakedron Harvey going nowhere as Jace Campbell comes up and makes the stop.
Well, you got Mike Janis, the offensive coordinator for Dutchtown, and Darius Carroll, the defensive coordinator for East Ascension.
It's a chess match. These guys know each other very well. They watch a lot of film. They study it, and they work at it.
Every play is gone from the center to the right side. You get those 3 receivers out there. Y'all just go have fun. We'll throw the ball to you in just a second.
Pickup of a yard. It's going to be Lakedron again. Harvey will carry the football, gets the first down, and pickup of 7. And that was a guy hanging on that football.
Well, watch when we pull, and the left guard, watch him pull and kick out. Then the left tackle, 57, up in there. Nice, well-organized play right there. and they've run it 3 or 4 times right now, and why not?
I'm impressed with the fact that they hung on to the football with Tony Miles on that arm. Again, Lakedron right up the gut. He will be swarmed by a platoon of Spartans. It looked like coming out of the pile is going to be Jace Campbell and company, along with John Brown. Only 2 yards on that one.
And, you look down on that field, it's not raining, is it? Look up at those lights, it's raining.
It's coming a little bit. Not nearly as rough as it was before.
Well, Guy Mastretta's got to be excited at what he sees right now, because this is what this game is decided upon most of the time. Who is going to be more physical with a 3-man front here?
So far, this offensive line has done a good job of opening holes for Lakedron. And Harvey, once again, he's carried the ball 7 times, and he will get another 5 yards on that one.
You could have this could be 2-down territory with about 3 or 4 yards for a first down. I say go back to that play. Pull that guard and tackle and have fun, or pull a center and a guard.
Well, they've been running right at Jameer Smith, number 94, and he is standing up and ready to come this time, and he will stay contained, and it will be Harvey getting the ball again, crosses the 20-yard line to the 18, and he will pick up the first down, just enough like you called it, Coach, except that time they did it to the left side. Jupiter makes the stop.
Harvey at 190 pounds and fast.
Well, he's a track guy. You've seen him. You watch him. You watch track very religiously, and he makes a difference on the football field and in the oval, of course. That time, I believe, maybe against East Ascension again.
I think I saw the left defensive tackle when when Dutchtown offensive line kind of raised up because they weren't in the 3-point stance, totally legal. Raised up, and that kind of gave an indication that I need to go right here.
We have not seen either team throw the football yet, but it has been an 8-play drive so far for Dutchtown. Handoff to Harvey, and Harvey will just pick his way, bounces to the outside, and he's in for the score. Looked like he was going to be corralled in the interior of the secondary, and then he just bounced it to the left, and he goes in the end zone.
Watch that right guard pull right here and kick that in out, and that tackle gets up on that linebacker. Watch that right guard pull, kick out. Well, that was your stiffer back, number 95, doing a good job right there.
So we'll see if how Highland Wrench does with the long snap. It's a little wobbly, but it's in there. It is up and good. We have a 7-0 ball game as the Dutchtown Griffins march down the field in 8 plays. Back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzales. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
8-play, 64-yard drive, a 14-yard touchdown run by Lakedron Harvey. And let me tell you something, Lakedron Harvey has all 64 of those rushing yards. Plus the touchdown, the PAT from Roussel was good. And it's 7-0 Dutchtown, just like that.
So, you can see Guy Mastretta wanting to be physical. Let's see if we can get this running game going where, and not to say that we can't throw the ball.
But if you don't have to, why do it? A short kick, it'll check up and roll out of bounds, and they'll throw that flag, and they'll have good field position.
I think that moves out to the 35 from that situation. The first kickoff went to the right side, which I thought that was a perfect kickoff, and I think tried to do it to the left side that time. But they did not field it, and, of course, it rolled out of bounds. And, of course, you get that penalty.
So they will start their second offensive drive from their own, from their own 35.
Should be from the 35.
And they are going that way. Yes, sir. We saw it last week when Santa Maria got down 10-0 and then came back, and they kind of got punched in the face, but they regrouped. It's time for East Ascension to see if they can do the exact same thing and see how they react to adversity. And you've got Deron McZeal back in at quarterback.
Well, you have Chris Harrell. He's your defense coordinator for Dutchtown.
Oh,
and
my.
Sterling Mulby, he's the offensive coordinator for East Ascension.
Sideline warning. Got to get the get-back coach out there and do his job. So no penalty, but sideline warning one more time, and it will be a penalty the next time. The receivers will wholesale switch sides.
They come in 4 receivers to the left. And a lot of times when you have this situation, you just throw it out there, and hopefully you have 3 blockers right here, and maybe pull some offensive linemen to get somebody open.
McZeal hands off to Blackburn, and Blackburn will blast his way for about 8 yards.
Pierce on the tackle for the Griffins.
Pierce makes the tackle.
Second down and 2.
They're moving quickly, Coach. They're moving very quickly, not wasting a lot of time. You got 3 receivers to the near side. You've got Oob, Brady, and number 12, who's out there as well, Lathan Dumas. This will be Deron McZeal. McZeal will slip 1 tackle, and he will get close to a first down, but I think he's going to be run out of bounds about a yard shy.
By number 1, Lathan Riley.
He slips that tackle with a little stiff arm, but he can't quite get there.
But I'm going to tell you, he's the guy that can make plays for you, and I'm not real certain if Browning has had any problems here the few plays that he's been in.
Excuse me. Handoff again up the middle, nowhere to go, and he will be stuffed shy of the first down. That was Jeremiah Wilson on his first carry. Brings up fourth down.
Touchdown. Outstanding job. Look at the white hats on the right side of the defensive line of scrimmage. Nobody's picking up the big man right there.
From their own 44-yard line for the Spartans.
Preston Baker will have his second opportunity to punt. You said it before the game. You said there are going to be a lot of punts tonight. I don't think East Ascension was hoping your prediction was going to be true, and they try to fake it, and guess what? It's stuffed. They were ready for it. Big number 98, Josh Lewis, in on the stop, along with some other Griffins, and what a great play by the defense.
You got Martinez right here. I like the play. Excellent job by the defense. Well, not the defensive coordinator. Maybe it was him, but the special teams coordinator. Dutchtown handled that like they're fixing to run that play, and we're going to stop them.
I think that was Hudson Browning on the carry.
Big 78, Martinez.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. Sorry, I thought it was a little bit.
He went from left tackle to
ball runner. 1st and 10 now. Great field position on the positive side of the 50-yard line for the Griffins. Again, LaKeedron Harvey will carry it for 2 yards, and that's about it.
Braylon Bell and John Brown bring down Harvey after a short game.
Defense is going to have to keep him in this one, and look at that. Good job by.
What do you think of the fake punt?
Second down and 9.
I think I like the call. I don't know that I would have done it right there so close on my side of the 50-yard line. New ball carrier this time.
Langevin on the carry.
Langevin will carry this one for the first time.
Brought down by John Brown.
Sean Pine, just watch him out there. He looks like he's a veteran. He looks like a guy that's played 8 football games already this year. Knows exactly what to do. You see him handing off, doing little bitty things with the little fake with the pass.
Langevin very patient on that run. He picked up 4.
That's a different look right here by Dutchtown with basically your inverted wishbone right here. And let's see if they're going to hand that ball. Oh, we got a little movement right here.
Flags will fly.
Flag on the play.
Got offsides, East Ascension.
Wow.
I didn't see that, but I was just watching. I was in the
Ball is offside.
the movement in the backfield.
So that draws the defense offsides. It is going to be enough, not quite enough for a first down. They will come up a pig's whisker shy, and it brings up 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches for the Griffins.
You have 3rd and inches, and you move an offensive lineman over to the left. I would be willing to bet they fixing to run to the left here.
And they do. They hand it off, and it's got a little bit of a hole, and he makes something out of it for Langevin.
So while everybody was getting set up right there, your right guard or tackle moved to the left tight end spot, and you have a back that's going to kick out, and you have a guard that's going to lead up in there and pick up a first down.
Zach Dotter doing a good job as well from his tight end spot, leading the way on some blocking. Again, handoff, left side, and he will be stood up. Harvey, after getting a little bit of a spell that time, letting Langevin carry a few times, he's back into the ball game, picks up a few.
2nd and 10.
You see McZeal, he's out there offensively and defensively, and in the special teams, he'll be returning punts and kickoffs.
Clock rolling here. This will be the first pass of the ball game. It's going to be Champagne, intercepted. It was Mitchell playing center field. He's got a little bit of running room still on his feet. He carried it from the 3-yard line all the way out to the 27-yard line in a big play for the defense.
Nice job there by the center fielder. Got a little corner route there by the big guy. Probably your throw might have been down here at the bottom. Instead, you're trying to throw that over the top, and it should have been throwing it to the sideline a little bit more. I'm sure they're going to look at that on the video screen in the tent and say, not a good read right there. Maybe it needed a little bit better route, but we could have thrown this over here, Champagne, and we would have picked up a first down.
McZeal carries. Check that. That was Blackburn, right? Jason Blackburn, sorry.
Blackburn on the carry.
Blackburn will just pick up a yard. This defense for Dutchtown has been just playing inspired.
You think they went home and their parents said, "Who were you playing defense against Walker?"
Low snap. He has to collect it, does Hudson Browning. He does so, and he will be hit, but he picks up 4 yards, and he looks like he's going to bounce right back up, so he none the worse for wear. Again, this is a new center, a young center. It is a Taylor Jarvis who's playing for Jaden Bertro, who got hurt. Expect him to be back next week. 3rd down and 4.
Dutchtown gets into a 4-man front. 4-2 look.
Hudson drops back, dumps it off, and it's battered in the air. Hit as he, it was just knocked out of the air.
Hudson's pass tipped, incomplete. We'll bring up 4th down and 4.
Did not have enough time. Wide open receiver here on the left.
Chad Christie comes to him as linebacker spot and knocks it into the air.
You got like a little mesh route right there that the quarterback needs a little bit longer time in order to read that mesh route to throw to the correct guy.
Well, they didn't pick him up. He was just blitzing from the linebacker spot. And this will be the second punt. And it's almost blocked. It's a short effort by Preston Baker. It will take a little bit of a EA roll, but not much. And the Griffins will take over from their own 38-yard line. 49 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. We were 45 minutes delayed, but this baby's moving along quickly because, well, we haven't thrown the ball much, and the only pass was intercepted.
And I'm kind of waiting for the ball to get to the left side. Some of the EA fans and the Dutchtown fans will bring this thing back down here towards the scoreboard.
By Senator Eddie J. Lambert.
The Griffins will take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line after the short punt from East Ascension. Champagne will pull it back. He will punish some defenders. He will pick up about 7, maybe 8 yards on that one.
And for Michael Janis, the offensive coordinator, that is a staple in his offense, which I call it the fake and go. And don't run it near as much with Champagne as he has with quarterbacks in the past. And you got an offsides, East Ascension.
That is the 3rd offside call of the night for East Ascension. That is their 4th penalty. Their first play from scrimmage was an illegal procedure, and they've had 3 offside calls.
And so you look at this thing right here, and you look at the keys of the game, sustained drives, and Dutchtown's been able to do that as compared to the Spartans tonight.
Well, the penalty gives them a 1st down. Harvey's in the backfield, and Champagne, the quarterback. Lined up in a wing spot is Zach Dotter. Handoff to Lakedron. Lakedron will dive for about 2, maybe 3 at the most.
When you have those 2 backs in the backfield, Jimmy, usually they're going to run that ball in a situation where that lead back's going to come from the backfield and not going to have 2 guards or 2 tackles pulling.
That's going to do it for our first quarter. We'll be back right after this for quarter number 2. It's the DUTCHTOWN Griffins leading 7-0 over the Spartans. Back right after this on the REV Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
As we return for the second quarter, Sandomal leading Prairieville 14-0. They're at halftime, so they got started a little earlier than we did. They started on time, and we started about 45 minutes off schedule. The rain has definitely lessened a little bit. It's still coming down, still misting, still sprinkling, but it's definitely not nearly as heavy as it was.
Well, if you look at the people in front of us from East Ascension, very few raincoats, no umbrellas.
So the third opportunity for the DUTCHTOWN Griffins on offense. The first one resulted in a touchdown. The second was an interception at the 3-yard line by Mitchell for East Ascension. And now they're driving across the 50-yard line again. This will be a handoff to Harvey. Harvey will be swarmed. And now this defense is starting to sniff out what the DUTCHTOWN offense is doing.
I saw Darius Carroll right there bring in a defensive lineman, go to a 5-man front. Now you can make that tackle, get a little penetration into the backfield, and make that tackle.
Jameer Smith in on the stop along with John Brown. Brings up 3rd down. Dropping back, the second pass for Champagne's off the mark. He's hit as he throws. It was intended for Martell Rogers. And it brings up 4th down, and the defense for East Ascension does their job this time and forces the 3 and out.
You know, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in that drive right there, but it just seems like, you know, they have the number called when they're pulling 2 people to get that kick out for Harvey.
Champagne will put his foot into it, and he booms this one, driving McZeal all the way back, and it's going to barely roll into the end zone. Boy, he got lucky. If it had curved just a little bit more, it might have hugged the goal line and stayed in play.
McZeal said he's a smart player, and I let that go on purpose.
That's right. That's right. It's just like a foul ball, right? You got to let it roll out of bounds.
Well, I know he's a senior this year, and he's been a starter for 4 years at basketball. First year was at DUTCHTOWN, and his mom came over here as an administrator, and he came over here with her. And he was hurt one year, but he has really had a nice athletic career, trying to follow his sister who won a state championship here at East Ascension in basketball.
Now this offense has got to get rolling for East Ascension. They start at their own 20-yard line. Fake handoff. I'll hand it off to McZeal. McZeal's got a man wide open. It's Latham all the way down by himself. Nobody there. It's Dumas. Touchdown, 80 yards.
What a play. What a play that was so wide open. You got an injured player, an injured Spartan. What?
One play.
Watch this. And look, almost couldn't get that handoff. Had to flip it to him. McZeal says, let me show you my arm. And I mean, that guy, that's a tough catch to make when you're out there in the middle of everywhere. What a play. Brock Mathern, you know, doing his job and going out and checking on the injured player. But what a, you know, whoever came up with that, whether it be him or the offensive coordinator or maybe one of the other offensive coaches, but outstanding job right there. Needed a big play.
On the Griffins, the touchdown will stand.
Touchdown is good. And it looks like Carson Lacombe, the sophomore right tackle, is going to be up and on his own power. We're glad to see that.
Preston Baker.
So Preston Baker will do the honors of kicking this one through the uprights. At least he hopes he does. It's the extra point to tie this ball game, and that's exactly what the East Ascension Spartans needed, and what a great offensive call by Sterling Mobley.
Coach Mathern just went over there to the referee, the white hat, wanting to know what the call was, and it was just a sideline warning, I think, on the Griffins.
Caden Gautreau to hold. Kick is up. And Baker's kick is good, and we have a tie ball game. We will take a break. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's getting exciting. We're all knotted at 7 apiece here in the second quarter. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzales. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
And just like that, the East Ascension Spartans are back into this football game. A little bit of a misdirection, halfback pass from McZeal to Dumas, 80 yards. The PAT is good. One play drive. That's the way to get back into a football game.
And McZeal and Browning almost had a little mix-up right there with the handoff, but as good athletes, always find a way to overcome.
Got some running room. Uh-oh. A big return that time by Martell Rogers.
I'm telling you, the NFL and colleges are missing the boat on the kickoff return. It is so exciting in high school to see what happens, especially if you got a guy like Harvey that's got all the speed or whatever, can get out there. And here it is, you know, you're making something happen, crossing midfield on the return or right at midfield.
Well, and it was up to Preston Baker, who was the kicker, to stop that play. And I thought it was number 9, but it was actually number 8, Rylan Mayo, on the return.
Well, you got your two backs in there and one in motion.
They're at their own 48-yard line to start this drive. Good job for Harvey to decide not to just bang into the line of scrimmage and try to kick it outside to the left. He picks up 2 yards. This defense is stiffening big time as Jalen Landry's in on the stop.
Well, Landry with a big-time hit right there.
Harvey is not, they have not opened the holes like they did to begin this game.
I think they've gone to some different schemes. You know, you got 85 in the backfield right here. Zach Dotter.
There's Harvey again, up the middle, just trying to pick his way through some very stout defense. And John Brown, who's made a few tackles tonight, in on the stop. And they're content to give up 2 yards a carry. That's fine. As long as they don't get any more, it brings up 3rd down.
And, Jimmy, when you're pulling a backside guard and tackle, that backside guard kicks the in out. The tackle leads up there on the linebacker, and the running back, it's timed so well, it's a little bit harder when your second guy is going to be a back in the backfield.
3rd and 5 now. Mayo flips, and a whistle blows. They blow the play dead as the side judge throws a flag. Watch it here on the instant replay. Almost missed this flip to Mayo. Griffins called for the false start. That's their 2nd penalty of the night, and that'll back them up 5. So they'll be back to basically the original line of scrimmage just about.
Well, you've had a couple of offsides by East Ascension, a couple of procedure penalties. So it's been a real clean game. The officiating crew's doing a very good job. All right, boy, everybody's in the tackle gaps right here.
Boy, and they're giving themselves some space, and they're coming. Champagne finds his man. It's Martell. Martell still on his feet, but he's got nowhere to go. Interesting way he went down. It was hit by Jupiter.
Big Jupiter said, I'm not going to tackle you. Watch this catch. I'm going to block you, okay?
That was McZeal, actually.
Maybe McZeal said, I can't wrap my arms around him. I need some help back here.
So that forces Dutchtown to punt. So after a huge return after the touchdown to the 48-yard line, they basically stall out in 3 plays and have to punt it. This is not a great effort by Champagne. It goes out of bounds at about the 27.
Champagne has been one of your leaders. Of course, you know, when you have that situation right there, you may be coached to kick it out of bounds. We don't want to get McZeal going on a return.
Good point. They'll actually have it at their own 26 to start. So they started on their own 25, their own 35, 27, their own 20, and their own 26. An opportunity now for the offense to possibly sustain a drive here. One of the keys to victory that we talked about in the pregame. Hudson Browning back into the ball game.
So you think Brock Mathern has more trick plays up his sleeve?
We're about to find out. Oob is split to the bottom of your screen. You actually can't see him in the shot, but he's down there, I promise. Handoff. Hat comes off. That was Blackburn. Number 93 makes the stop.
Riley and Lovely.
That's Sean Lovely. His hat came off, so he'll have to leave the game, but it was a good hit for Lovely.
I tell you what, they've been going right here. Chris Harrell, the defensive coordinator, been going a lot of times with a 3-man look, but a squeezed-up linebacker up on the line of scrimmage, maybe helping out there in the flat.
Handoff this time to Wilson. Jeremiah goes nowhere. Stood up at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, great job right there.
Wilson on the carry, brought down by number 33, Jaro.
Jaro brings him down. Boy, they just have no running room up the middle for sure.
Look, when you look at the size, 93, 99, 98, and then you have linebackers that come in there with miles. And, they talked about number 33 just a second ago, Jaro.
3rd and 9. Into the flats. Nobody to throw to. I think he got confused. I believe he was trying to get it to McZeal. McZeal was tangled up with a cornerback, and I'm not sure that Oob didn't realize that it wasn't coming to him. Or, anyway, there was a miscommunication for sure between McZeal, the quarterback, and Oob.
So
Fourth down punt.
Got Baker back to punt.
He's getting a workout tonight.
But, you know, look where you're deep, man. Number 1, Riley, Lathan Riley. If he gets to catch this in the air, he might be able to get some quick yardage.
Calls for a fair catch, and he will catch it at the 45-yard line. So, again, great field position for the Griffins with 7:37 left to go in the half.
As always, I know maybe you might get a little tired of this. I love it when they catch the ball.
Yep. No, you talk about it a lot.
I love it when they catch the ball, and I'm going to just tell you on the other side of this, East Ascension, outstanding job on the coverage right there. So we're seeing a very good football game here tonight by both teams. So this is how they've kind of been set right here.
After a sustained drive to begin this football game, the offense has sputtered for Dutchtown. This time, Harvey will get to the outside, and you see the speed right there as he is drug out of bounds, or at least drug down from behind by number 25 that time.
All right, now watch. It's supposed to be an inside run. Harvey says, I can get on out of here.
First and 10 from the Spartan 38-yard line.
First down for the Griffins. But you saw the speed by LaKeedron Harvey. It is a warm, humid night here to start the November month off, and right up the gut goes Harvey. Harvey picks up about 5 yards.
Harvey carries to the 35-yard line, brought down by number 42, Mervin Ragus.
Ragus brings him down. Mervin from his defensive end spot. They gave him 4 on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. Third play of this drive. A little flip to the wide receiver, Rylan Mayo, and Mayo will get the first down. He picks up 9 yards on the carry.
I tell you, that's a pretty neat little play because it's basically defined as a pass.
Right.
And but as soon it's like a hot potato almost. The quarterback has to get rid of it that quick. And you know, you have number 8 Adams basically having confidence in his line blocking that I can catch the ball and run.
A lead handoff to 31 Langevin, and Langevin goes nowhere that time. Jupiter in on the stop.
Jupiter in the backfield on the stop.
For a loss of 1. 2nd and 11.
They lose a yard on the play. Fifth play of this drive.
No timeout's been called.
2nd and 11. They'll look to the sideline for the play, and a flag will fly.
Your defensive coordinator, Darius Carroll, says, I've seen enough of this.
The 4th offsides of the night. And we see
and I don't even think it's an oral offsides where the quarterback's making a call. The offensive line just looks up and looks to the sidelines to see, no, maybe that's part of the deal. I don't know.
Braylon Bell comes off. Ragus will go back in. Moving the pile and close to a first down. I think he got it, and that was Champagne taking it himself. First down he's got. Brought down by Ragus and John Brown.
First down and 10, Griffins from the Spartan 15.
Moving an offensive lineman over to the right, 57. Just moves from the left side to the right side, so that ought to be an indicator of what's going on.
It's Matthew Travis, the 240-pound senior. Doughty will go in motion. Dotter will go in motion. Nice patient run that time, trying to let his blockers get ahead of him. It was Langevin. Aiden kind of chopping his feet, just letting his blockers get there and really nowhere to go as the defense does a good job of staying with him. Ragus will have to come off the field after losing his helmet.
Loss of 1. Second down, 11.
So they lose 1 on the play and comes up second down.
Still can pick up a first down inside the 5.
Champagne hands off to LaKedron. Harvey to the 10-yard line. Upended right there. Tony Miles in on the stop along with Chase Campbell. Clock's rolling at 4:35 here left in the second quarter, and this is the sustained drive that we saw in that first drive that the Griffins had.
Well, we might get this little look up by the offensive line, see if they could get a penalty here to move it a little bit closer to that first down mark.
Actually got it to the 11. It's 3rd and about 7. Handoff. Nope, it's going to be a pass into the end zone. I think they're going to throw a flag. No flag. They got tangled up, inadvertent contact, and it's intended for Dotter, and can't make the play. There he is, pulls it back, and he just got tangled up with one of the defenders.
Yep.
In fact, it was number 11 he got tangled up with that time.
Well, you got a fairly tall guy. It looks like a tight end of 85. Was that the receiver on that one?
Yep.
And just went down, and
this kick is up and good. Well done for Corbin Roussel to put this one through for a 28-yard field goal with 4:05 left to go in the half. We'll take a quick break as the Dutchtown Griffins take a 3-point advantage, 10-7 over the Spartans. Back after this.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, The RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Prairieville, third quarter.
We are back.
Prairieville 0.
And we welcome you back with 4:05 left to go in the second quarter. The drive stalled out for the Dutchtown Griffins, but they kick a 28-yard field goal as Roussel puts it through the uprights, and they take the 10-7 lead. Roussel boots this one into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and they'll take over at their own 20.
good job by Roussel right there, getting the foot in there and getting it by McZeal for a touchback.
The Spartans will take over 1st and 10.
First and 10 for the Spartans. Plenty of time left in the half. Their only real drive, in fact, their only drive, has been that one-play drive that they scored an 80-yard touchdown on. McZeal back in at quarterback. He'll try to make something happen, and he will dance his way for a couple, but not much more than that.
McZeal on the carry for a short game.
Looks like he's going to be all right. One of the linemen got rolled up a little bit. You see McZeal. Looks like he's going to break one tackle, and then boom, right there. It held him up just enough for somebody to finish him off. 2 yards on the carry, second and 8. Great shot of Duran right there. Good-looking young man, a leader on this team. As you mentioned, he wears number 1 because he is a leader. A lot of low snaps for East Ascension. They've got a backup center in there. Blackburn will carry, and he will be driven back.
He's got to look at that right there with 8 or 9 Dutchtown defenders. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 and 12 coming in, which that would be only 11.
Number 10, Braden Dunn on the stop, or at least part of the tackle. Timeout on the field, and it will be the Spartans will take a timeout. Let's take a look at the power rankings for the 5-5A teams. Dutchtown is in the driver's seat there at number 10. Of course, this is unofficial for week 9. Santa Ma's at 13. Walker is at 20. Denham Springs looking to make the playoffs at 22. East Ascension on the bubble. It's a 28-team playoff bracket. They're at 27. Live Oak trying to play in at 31. And Prairieville sitting on the outside at 41.
So, you have Live Oak playing Macomb, Mississippi. At Live Oak, I'm sure they're going to return a visit to Mississippi next year. And you say, how do they add their power points? Well, if whatever Live Oak's Macomb's record is, let's just say it's 8-2 at the end of the year, and they're going to get 10 points for beating them, and 8 points for every win. They have a total of 18 points. If it goes the other way, if they lose, they're only going to get 8 points.
Third down for the Spartans. Rolling, throwing, it's intercepted, picked out of the air, luckily upended because he had a lot of daylight. Great job that time for Highland Rentz. We've called his number a couple of times. In fact, he made that big tackle to start the ball game off. Again, another low snap.
Low snap. And first of all, let me start with the low snap. You got a sprint out, and you're reading somebody, the defender, to throw to. You can't throw to that person because your eyes are on the ground. That's the first thing. Now give Browning credit. After he threw the ball and it intercepted, he went over there and made a solo tackle that might have saved his team from.
Champagne will try to run it himself. He'll spin, and McZeal will say, "You will not get past me, young man." Are they going to throw a penalty? No, they did not. But McZeal kind of stood over him a little bit. He better be careful. That was one of the problems they had. Watch him on the replay. Kind of stands over him. Have to be careful there. And then Champagne pushes him out of the way.
Well,
either one of them could have gotten nailed.
He was at Dutchtown as a freshman, so I'm sure he's good buddies with a lot of these people.
What I was going to say, too, is they had a big touchdown, kickoff return for a touchdown, and they got a big celebration penalty, did East Ascension last week against Turlings, and that really changed things. This pass toward the end zone, it is incomplete. Intended for his receiver, Andrew Fields, but he had two guys in the vicinity.
Same spot, Nice chunk right here by Champagne right here.
And he is just about hit as he throws. And there, two guys right there.
And you had the running back right here swinging wide open.
Brings up third down and 10.
Well, you see, to me, that looks like a man-to-man situation right here.
Champagne, same play, throws it. Oh, it goes through the hands of Dotter, and it goes right into the hands of another receiver. To Martell Rogers makes the catch. There's a flag down. Holy cow, what a great catch for Rogers. Watch this
throw.
Through the hands of Doddard, into the mitts.
And that referee puts his hands up. He's right there on it.
The pass interference, of course, was on Doddard. It will be declined, and what a great catch. That's concentration for you right there.
Very rarely do you ever see something like that. That was great concentration by the second receiver. Everybody was covered right there. It was just a great play.
Roussel boots it on the Burnside.
Roussel's extra point.
17-7 now with 1:27 left to go here in this first half. And watch it again. Goes through the hands of Dotter, right into the gut. And what a catch by Martell. We'll take a quick break back after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Even raining and wet, we've got a good crowd on hand, especially here for the East Ascension sideline. This is going to be a low squibber. It'll bounce off the up man, and he will fall on it. Caleb Davis does the honors of falling on it. And we've got good field position with just under a minute and a half to play in the half. Spartans have to come back and answer. They've given up 10 points unanswered.
And my thought is the passing game.
Spartans take over first and 10, their own 37.
That's got to be a large part of their offense here in the second half.
Yep. They have not moved the ball on the ground effectively. Hudson Browning gets a good snap. This time he will run it himself, and he spins out of one tackle, but he's being chased, and he will throw this one away. He got very, very lucky that he did not get sacked.
Browning throws it away.
And when you look at that, you know, first of all, he was going to run the ball on a draw play, and that didn't work out. But then he got out of the tackle box right there, and as long as he throws it past the down box, you can do that all night long. It's not an illegal pass.
Brody Chatfield really had him in the grasp. He's going to throw this one, and it's incomplete. Intended for Deron McZeal. The pass was low. He couldn't come up with it.
And basically you have a little flood route right there with a sprint out, trying to get the quarterback outside where he could see Browning, so he could see the three receivers right there, and you threw to that inside receiver on the read.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
You know, Chris Harold and Guy Mastretta got to be saying, our defense has played really well, giving up 7 points on basically a trick play, but that does count.
Darn right. Blackburn will split. Dropping back. Ooh, it's a duck. Something happened. It just came out of his hand wrong. I don't think he was hit. And he is lucky that one just floated on him. I mean, well, lucky he didn't get intercepted, and they'll have to punt it away. Watch this. Let's see if he.
4th and 10.
It just came out of his hand funny.
Yeah.
And that's 2 feet from being intercepted and off to the races. So 1, 2, 3, 7 possessions, 5 punts, 80-yard touchdown and an interception. Good punt this time though. He drives it and flips the field. Collected by Lathan Riley. Riley still on his feet, and he won't get to the 30. Mitchell will meet him along with Willis Washington.
This will be close to a 50-yard punt right there.
Stopped by a host of Spartans.
Check that was Caleb Davis also on the stop. Number 5, called his number a couple of times. Just under a minute, 59 seconds left to go in the first half. Again, we got off to a late start because of the weather. It is humid, to say the least, Coach, on November 1st. And the mosquitoes are as big as butterflies. 1st and 10 for the Griffins. Harvey bouncing off a couple of tacklers, crosses the 35 to the 37-yard line, picking up 6.
And Dutchtown has done a tremendous job here of handing that ball off. And you got 2 people pulling. You know, that play's been run a number of times. And Harvey knows exactly where that hole is and picks up, 7 big yards.
This pass is caught by Martell Rogers. Rogers, who had the touchdown a bit ago, gets the first down, and he will be slung down by like a rag doll, but not before he picks up the first down, down to 26 seconds on the clock.
And you got timeouts left.
He was close to having his knee down when he made that catch. He kept it up, but it wasn't by much. Clock rolling. 15 seconds. Maybe time for 2 plays. Down to the flats. Thrown and caught by Mayo, and Mayo will have it, and they will move the chain, stop the clock briefly, and there's a timeout called.
Well, you have 8 seconds left. Can you throw something short? Sure.
I really thought they were going to go.
Are you in field goal range? That's 52 yards.
Timeout is called by the Griffins with 6 seconds left to go. I really thought they were going to throw that more to the flat. I was a little surprised that they threw it toward the middle of the field. Good catch and run by Mayo. Again, Mayo's caught 24 passes for almost 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, so he is no slouch at the wide receiver spot.
And you know, if you have the timeout, you can throw it anywhere you want to.
Right, that's true. They put 2 more seconds back on the clock. It was down to 6, and they backed it up or put 2 more seconds on the clock. Now, what's the strategy here, Coach? You still have a timeout. You have 2 timeouts.
Well,
are you going for a touchdown, or are you trying to set up a field goal?
Well, that's a point. You could go for a touchdown. You know, you might get an interference there where you move it up there and you could kick a field goal then. But you see, now they have 2 safeties deep. So I would say try to get something 10 or 15 yards up the field and see if you can call a timeout. Got a sprint out.
Champagne throwing toward the sideline.
Champagne's pass
incomplete. 4 seconds on the clock.
Now you go for the end zone.
Intended for Mayu. Second and 10 Griffins.
Second and 10 Griffins. They've got 4 seconds left on the clock, and they've got a shot. They will call another timeout and talk it over.
Well, the one place you got to protect, a lot of times if you go with those 2 safeties deep, is right down the middle or right down the sideline right there.
What's coming up next week in 5-5A? We've got Live Oak at DUTCHTOWN. That'll be a Thursday game on REV Sports 1.
And what you don't know is, how big a game is this for Live Oak and whoever else they're playing DUTCHTOWN? You got to be big. Got to have a chance.
Another big game, of course, will be East Ascension and Walker. Denham Springs will be at Sanamaw, and St. Thomas Aquinas will be at Prairieville. We are going to set up for what is going to be a 53-yard field goal attempt.
Roussel on the field goal attempt.
Roussel has the leg to do it. It is up. It is a line drive kick, and it is no good. And that will do it for the first half of play. The teams head to the locker room. It is 17-7. The Griffins leading the Spartans after the missed 53-yarder. What an exciting half it was, and we will be back after this. You are watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why Rev is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to Rev. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
We're Rev Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program: Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Senior night here at East Ascension. Of course, we honored the football team and the athletic trainers before the game, now honoring our Spartanettes and our band members that are seniors. What an exciting first half it has been. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, David Swacker and Coach. It was an interesting first half of play. Of course, we got off to a late start because of the rain, but Dutchtown came out and just sustained a drive, feeding LaKeedron Harvey the entire way. And it's just been, but that was about the only drive they sustained.
Yeah, and I'm going to say Harvey has had a pretty dang good night, okay? He has gotten a lot of first downs for him. He hasn't been stopped for no gain hardly at all. But, the one thing that we haven't really talked about is what happened to Dutchtown last week.
They lost big.
Yeah. And you know what? They're not used to losing big.
Right.
They're not used to losing, period, okay? And so I'm just looking at the seniors, the coaches. They probably had a sit-to with their kids and said, this is not us. This is not the team that went to the semifinals last year. We could do a lot better than this.
Minus one play, the Griffin defense has been lights out. They have not allowed a first down. They have, out of East Ascension's 8 drives, they've punted. Well, they punted 5 times or 4 times with the fake punt. They didn't get the first down, the interception, and then the 180-yard trick play pass. And that's the only thing the Griffins have been able to muster offensively. East Ascension offensively.
So Coach Mastretta and Coach Harrell, they got to be thinking, we have shut these guys down in the passing game. We've shut these guys down in the running game. And they've had to punt a number of times and even tried the fake punt. So, you got to say we need the same results here in the second half, because I think the second half Walker was a little good on them last week. So that's for East Ascension. Now, do you have? I mean, are you going to live off of trick plays? Maybe so. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to get you. It got you 6 points right there. I just don't think that's going to be the ending result for East Ascension. If they can't move the ball, running the ball, you got a big old offensive line right there. I just don't see it happening for them in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to get Jason Blackburn going. And also they've tried to get Deron McZeal involved in every facet of the football game, from catching punts and kickoffs to playing quarterback and wide receiver. So they've got to get him in space, I think. If they could ever get him in space, he makes the world of difference.
And I agree with you 100%. McZeal, he almost needs to be the guy that's touching it somehow on every play offensively.
Coach, we got senior night here at East Ascension, and we are so glad that we are honoring all the seniors that have been a part of this exciting football season. We're in week 9, honoring the band members as we speak. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, a special presentation. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program: State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty, Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzales. Athletic Center, Our Lady of the Lake Health, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
Here we go, back on Burnside Avenue, Spartan Stadium. Congratulations to Galvez Pirate head football coach Benny Babin on winning the Ascension Parish Middle School Football Championship yesterday. The Pirates defeated Prairieville 6-0 Wednesday to cap off a perfect 8-0 season. It is the 19th parish championship for the Pirates under Coach Babin, who is retiring after this school year. This is his 36th year at Galvez. Coach Babin compiled an overall record of 196 wins, 65 losses, and 3 ties. We have a couple of pictures. This is Coach Babin and his wife, Stacy. Believe it or not, some people may not agree, you may not understand this, but they worked like 30-something years together at Galvez, teaching PE and coaching all the kids. What an outstanding job by those two right there. And Stacy Babin, his wife, filmed all of the games. So great job by those two. And here you have Benny Babin with the people that made me look real good. His son, Seth Babin, the offensive coordinator. You got Cooper Babin, the current quarterback. And you have Brian Babin. Seth and Brian both played college football at Southeastern and were outstanding student athletes at Santa Mo High School, and Cooper is there right now. This is Cooper with Coach Babin. I know Coach Babin is really proud of him, all of his grandkids, and Cooper has done a great job. And, of course, this was back in the day where Cooper was wearing the green of the Galvez Pirates. And lastly, last couple of things. As you can see, this banner is going to have a change on it with a 2024 parish champion, 19 parish championships for Coach Benny Babin retiring after this year. And these are all the Babin gang that came to his final game, 6-0 victory over Prairieville. Great job, Coach Babin. They still have another week of the season, but Galvez has a bye next week, so they're done. 19th championship. Great job, Coach Babin.
Congratulations, Coach, and we certainly appreciate all. Can you imagine all the young men and women and girls that he touched throughout his career, and we appreciate all that he did here in Ascension Parish.
And, Jimmy, last thing, there was a ton of them there yesterday.
I bet there were.
There was a ton of them there yesterday. And I know they were all thinking about the good old days of Galvez, wearing that green, playing on that field.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the first half a little bit, but then let's look ahead to the second half. What are these two teams going to have to do to either get back in this football game or continue the success if you are the DUTCHTOWN Griffins? We'll be back right after this. The Griffins leading 17-7 at halftime right here on the REV Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs, reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Back at halftime at a soggy East Ascension Spartan Field, and we're glad that you have joined us here for what is turning out to be a little bit of a lopsided game, although there's plenty of time and plenty of opportunities for East Ascension to get back into this football game. They're only down by 10 points. I mean, that's nothing for these East Ascension Spartans, but they've really got to think about how they're going to counteract this really, I think you said it right, angry defense by the DUTCHTOWN Griffins.
You know, I don't know Chris Harold if he walked by me right now, but I'm going to just tell you, that guy had to be talking to his kids, you don't have to be doing a bunch of yelling and screaming or anything.
That's right.
When was the last time we gave up, what was it, like 44
44 to 24.
When was the last time you guys, and I'm talking about, listen, let's go with freshmen, let's go with JV. If you're playing basketball, let's go with basketball. Let's go with baseball. It just doesn't happen. And you could see right off the bat, I mean, basically we're talking about one first down, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a team that wants to define their image as a physical running team in the Spartans. Because, look, you know, East Ascension, you know, they got to be thinking, we win these next two games, we might be definitely in the playoffs.
100%, no doubt.
So 17-7, that's not a big lead, but I'm going to tell you, it might feel like it's a real big lead from the way they played that first half for the Spartans.
Talking about the playoffs, let's take a look at the last 5 years for each of these teams. We'll start with the DUTCHTOWN Griffins. Last year was their banner year. It was a huge year. They went to the semifinals, of course, losing to Ruston, I believe, who went on to –
They lost to Zachary.
In a
game that was postponed that night, and they came back the next day, I don't know, maybe in the afternoon, and it was amazing. The head coach over at Zachary told me, he says, I could just tell you coaches right now, and they were losing. Zachary was losing. Don't even think about leaving this facility until you figured out how to stop the big man, number 22, for DUTCHTOWN that gained so many yards throughout the year just from the tailback spot with at the quarterback position.
Let's take a look at East Ascension now, what they've done over the last 5 years. They missed the playoffs last year, but they've gone to the regionals the 4 years before. This is an opportunity for Brock Mathern to put his stamp on his team here at East Ascension. This is his first year here. And, again, we talked to him, and he's such a, as both these coaches are, likable and amenable guys. But when you talk to Mathern, you just feel like he's just excited to be here. He's excited to be a part of East Ascension. He's excited to be a part of Ascension Parish athletics and football. And he says, you know, we're just a couple of plays away from getting over this hump. Now, they're in the locker room talking about how to get over this hump. What's he telling his East Ascension Spartans?
Well, I would say that we can't throw the ball and win. Mm-hmm. We got to figure out how to run the football. And that has not happened here in this first half at all for them. And I just scratch my head. Yeah, are they going to take some tries? Yeah, maybe they're going to go for it on fourth down. Yeah. Maybe they're going to take 4 downs to get a first down. You know, I think it looks to me like They get out of jail free in the passing game is the little flood route where they sprint out. That's been kind of open right there. They hadn't just been able to catch that ball that's being thrown. So
Hudson has to get the ball into Duran's hands, I think. And Duran, if he can get in space anywhere, he can make a difference. This offensive line is big. I mean, they average about 270 across the front. The one thing that they are having to overcome, and it looks like they've gotten better over the course of the game, is the shotgun snap. Of course, Taylor Jarvis is stepping in place of Jaden Berto, who's hurt this week. Taylor's doing a good job, and he's gotten better as the game has progressed. But there are a couple of times where the low snap has affected, especially the passing game.
And I think Dutchtown's getting the ball to start the second half.
Yes, sir.
And so that makes you scratch your head a little bit more. So that's going to be interesting to see just exactly what happens on the first series, because I'm going to just tell you, Harvey and the offensive line for Dutchtown are blocking the Spartans.
Yep.
They are blocking them with the counter action, with one guy kicks out and the other guy, whether it be the back in the back, the other back in the backfield, or the backside guard or tackle. They're sometimes playing with an extra lineman on the line. So they have some positive things going right there.
We'll talk more about that and get the start of this third quarter in just a minute. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week. The Spartans trailing the Griffins by 10, 17-7. Back after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
We're Rev Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. Rev Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program: Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Plays.
We are back here, just a few minutes left in the half, and we're waiting on the East Ascension Spartans to come out of the locker room. The Griffins are on the field warming up. I haven't seen hide nor hair of a blue jersey.
Well, I can only imagine there's got to be some disappointment in your seniors. I'm sure your other classmen here, they come out to the side to break out underneath the goal. The referees are waiting on the coach. All right, you're going to be kicking off. Which one do you want to defend? You don't want to defend the clock, or do you want the clock?
I'm a little surprised. I know we're at home, don't get me wrong, for East Ascension, but the clock, the time had run out for halftime. They put another 3 minutes on the clock. Still, that ran out, and then East Ascension has come out. They put another 3 minutes on the clock. So I'm a little surprised that the referees kind of allowed that.
It's not far, because you got the dressing room right here behind or on the bottom floor right here. So just a few yards out.
So we are just about set to start this third quarter, and as you mentioned, the Griffins will have the football to start off. And if I am Coach Mistretta, I am simply feeding LaKeedron Harvey. Left, right, center.
And all you have to do realistically is just change a few formations.
Yep. Quick scoring update. After 3, Sandomal leading Prairieville 21-0. I'm a little surprised the score is as low as it is. Congratulations. I think that's a good sign for Prairieville.
Yeah, you know, I would say that you just never know about those situations. You're not there witnessing.
Right.
You know, and you look at this 17-7, you think, boy, this is a tight game right here.
We are ready to rock and roll, and it has been an interesting first half of play. Of course, we got off to a 45-minute. We were delayed by 45 minutes because of the weather, and we were lucky because looking at the radar, we thought it was going to be more like 8:30 when we started. It looked like it was going to be an hour and a half delay, and thank goodness that did not materialize. Again, knocking on wood, doing a little jig, making sure that doesn't change things here. And we will see what kind of adjustments this coaching staff of Brock Mathern has made here as we head to the third quarter.
Well, the Sandomal game is now a final.
21-0, that is it. And again, I don't mean to be incredulous. I don't want to take anything away from Sandomal's victory, but Prairieville only allowing 21 points is the best they've done in quite some time.
No doubt about that, and I think that's where I'm going next week, where the Prairieville's homecoming. They're playing St. Thomas Aquinas. It's out of Hammond.
Yep. I will miss you. I'll be doing the Patterson-Donaldsonville game from Floyd Boutte Stadium. We'll be rocking the Boutte.
I'm going to tell you what, my wife, when she was over there, we used to go to all the Donaldsonville games, and it's amazing that the fans, you never hear negativity.
Right.
They do a tremendous job supporting that group of football players.
We are ready to start the third quarter. So glad you're sticking with us as we get into the final half of play here between the Griffins and the Spartans, and the Spartans will boot it away. Preston Baker will put his foot into it.
Jimmy, I'm here to announce it has stopped raining.
Roger Martell will get the kickoff. He had a good return earlier, and he will get it out to the 23-yard line. And that is good news, Coach. No rain. Own 23-yard line, that's where the DUTCHTOWN Griffins will start this first drive of the second half. Again, to start off the game, their first drive after holding the Spartans to 3 and out, and they just marched down the field methodically.
I really like and I don't know the Champagne guy. You know, you said he's a very good baseball player.
Yep.
But he seems to be very confident and very poised back there at the quarterback spot.
They'll feed LaKeedron, Harvey, and Harvey will be stood up at the line of scrimmage. This defense themselves gotten a little angry maybe at halftime. Jupiter on the stop, and several other Spartans in on the stop as well.
Well, you know, and if you're DUTCHTOWN, you got to come out with some intensity because you got to push whatever East Ascension is bringing at you.
There's no quit in East Ascension. East Ascension is in this football game. We don't want to in any way give anybody the impression that we don't think that East Ascension can come back in this football game and put the DUTCHTOWN Griffins away. But you're exactly right. If the Griffins come out without some intensity, they're going to be in trouble. And there we go. A big stop by Jace Campbell. The senior defensive tackle makes a stop in the backfield.
Boy, watch his job by Campbell, sliding through and makes a diving effort right there to slow down Harvey until his teammates get there. Excellent job right there defensively.
Third down for the Griffins, and this could be exactly what the doctor ordered for the Spartans if they can get these guys off the field on a 3-and-out. Dropping back will be Champagne. Champagne going deep. One-on-one, Martell guarded closely by DeMarcus Gant and could not thread the needle, and that will be the first 3-and-out of the ball game.
The Griffins right there just could not make it happen.
Fourth down for the Griffins, and the Spartans with Deron McZeal firmly planted at his own 45-yard line could have an opportunity to get a good return, and if nothing else, have good field position. Champagne has had some good punts and some not so good punts. This is a line drive driver, and it will bounce and take a Griffin bounce all the way down to the 33-yard line. Smart move for McZeal to get out of the way of that one. And they will take over 1st and 10 with the Spartans from their own 33.
Folks, it's time for those 50-50 tickets. Get your 50-50 tickets out.
Now let's see what Hudson Browning and company can do.
Well, it looks like we have Caden Gotro coming out.
Spoke a little too soon. He's a heck of a passer in his own right, and he's been playing more of the season than Hudson has. Not to take anything away from Browning, but it's been a tough year for Hudson with injuries. Swapping sides is Dumas. And it will be a handoff to Blackburn. Blackburn bouncing off some tackles, but then he is met by the middle linebacker, Chad Christie and Mason Miles.
Number 99, Tim Oluwade on the tackle.
Good run that time, and then boom, he was just all of a sudden looked like he had a break or a hole, and he was just slung down. Second down after a pickup of 4. But that was a good start for that drive. On the ground, making progress. Blackburn will go in motion. Blackburn will take it around the end on a jet sweep. He goes nowhere, and he is laid out after losing a yard or two maybe. And guess who that was? Josh Lewis.
Number 21, Kobe Harris on the tackle.
Kobe Harris also in there.
3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
You have a 3rd and 6, and I'm sure that Dutchtown's going to be 2 safeties deep, which basically tells you that maybe no, they're going to 1.
Gotro calls for the football, snap a little low, being chased, runs for his life, throws it. Lucky he had Oob in the vicinity because that could have been easily intentional grounding.
Yeah.
And again, this defense stiffens up and doesn't let anything happen. And they will punt this one again on another 3-and-out. One of the keys, sustained drive, stay on the field, win the first down. They have not been able to do that successfully tonight. Preston Baker set to kick it. And he does, and he gets a good high, plenty of hang time kick, and it will be controlled by Riley. 1st and 10 for the Griffins.
Well, that's the group that answers the question for you defensively, and that Dutchtown did right there.
The winner of the 50-50, Mr. Joseph Rayburn, donates the entire $129.50 back to the EA Wrestling Program. Thank you very much.
1st and 10 for the Griffins. While we have a second, the top 10 in Class 5A. Carr is number 1, Neville is 2, Acadiana is 3, Ash is 4, and Ash is on fire. Catholic High 5, Ruston 6, Zachary is 7, Rummel, Airline, and Mandeville round out the top 10. So
some good football teams right there.
You're not kidding. Rolling is Champagne. Champagne throws it to nobody except the guy on the sideline, and he will just throw it away to live another day.
Second down and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, you kind of bootlegging or sprinting out into the sideline, and it looks like maybe they were minus a receiver into that sideline right there.
Andrew Fields will come into the ball game along with Rylan Mayo. Handoff to LaKeydron Harvey, and Harvey just gets going. He gets into that 4th gear almost immediately, like he skips 2 or 3.
And a lot of times when he gets tackled, he's kind of going forward there.
Harvey on the carry.
Picks up 5. See it on the replay. And I do think if he can get outside a little bit as he's following his blocker, good job that time for Dawson Davis to be pulling, tries to set the edge. 3rd down for the Griffins. Champagne calling for the football, and he's got it. It'll hand off again to LaKeydron Harvey, and Harvey goes nowhere. And that right there is number 20, Jace Campbell, again, his 5th or 6th solo tackle of the night, and he's been on a bunch more. Another 4th and out. 3 and out.
Campbell is not a very big kid at 5'11", 215, but he's quick, and he's able to get into those gaps and those holes and make plays.
He's always say it, catch the football if you're the return man. Let's see it. And Duran has allowed a couple to go by. I don't think those were decent decisions, but if he can catch one and get a little break, he can wreak some havoc. He's got an opportunity to catch this one. He'll call for a fair catch. Good move for him at the 36.
Definitely.
So it's just a game of attrition at the moment. It's just one punt after another. Nobody seems to be able to get anything going offensively, and that's a credit to these two defenses. Unfortunately for East Ascension, their time is ticking away here. Still lots of time. We're still in the 3rd quarter, but the point is that unless they can get something going, they're not going to be getting points on the board. Man, some big defenders up front. That front 3 is pretty big for the Griffins. Whistle blows, flag will fly. I think this is going to be I'm going to wait for it. It is a procedure call.
On the Spartans.
So that is the 2nd false start of the game, and
15 from their own 31 yards.
The 6th penalty altogether. Well, 7th with the interference on the touchdown a little in the first half, but it was declined. Clock's rolling here in the 3rd at 7 minutes to go. Handoff. Gotro is the quarterback. He's chased, dumps it off, and it's off the hands of Jeremiah Wilson. He just simply took his eye off of that one, seeing where am I going to go once I catch it, but you got to catch it first. Good pressure that time by Josh Lewis, the commitment to Missouri.
Josh Lewis looks like he's got a position in the backfield on most of the plays.
He is in there an awful lot. He doesn't have to make the play or make the tackle to disrupt the play, and that's what he did there. Second down. Throwing across the middle all by himself, Deron McZeal. McZeal crosses the 50 to the 40, still on his feet, to the 34-yard line, and that's the spark that the Spartans needed.
You got a bootleg and a flood route right here. You got somebody in the flat. You got McZeal right here, the 2nd receiver, and there's your deep receiver coming in the picture right now.
First down of the night for East Ascension.
And it looked like the offensive line did a very good job of protecting.
Let's see if that's the spark they needed, as Blackburn will take the handoff, and Blackburn is nailed after picking up 2.
Blackburn on the carry, gain of 2 yards.
That was Drew Price on the stop, number 56.
Drew Price.
That is a big young man, only a sophomore. Second down and 8. Into Griffin territory, and this will be another handoff to Blackburn. No, check that. That's Jeremiah Williams. And Williams will try to be patient. Let the play develop in front of him, but eventually he just had to go, and he couldn't get past number 93, Sean Lovely.
Eventually, when you get outside right there, you're going to have to turn up because their pursuit is so good on defense.
Highland Rents does a good job of slowing him down just enough to let Lovely catch up to him. Brings up third down and 4. Fifth play of this drive. The longest drive of the night. This one's going. And it is nowhere near Deron McZeal and almost picked off by Lathan Riley.
Gotro's pass intended for McZeal, incomplete.
Brings up fourth down. Definitely 4-down territory.
Field goal.
When I say 4 downs, I mean they're going to at least play 4 downs.
Baker on to attempt the field goal.
Preston Baker will be on to attempt a 45-yarder. We saw a 53-yard try by the Griffins, and Griffins will try to ice him. There's no question that Preston Baker has the leg to kick it.
I've heard a lot of good things, and I'm going to tell you, we've been pretty fortunate. We've seen some very good kickers and punters right here in the 5-5A district. And let me just tell you, if this thing goes through, we got a new ball game right here.
You're not kidding.
Vote number 34 on November 5th. This ad is paid for by the Tony Felter Women.
Dutchtown made a 28-yard field goal back early in the second quarter. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Out of the hold from Caden Gotro. And this is Preston Baker from the right hash. Snap is good. The kick is up, and it is off the crossbar.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I thought it was going to actually dive a little bit further left, but it actually caught the crossbar. Let's see if we can see it here in the replay. Good job by Gotro to get it down, and then watch. It looks like it's drifting left and bounces right off the crossbar about 3 feet from the upright. So they turned the ball over on downs, but a decent drive that time, and I think that will show them that they have the ability to move the football on this Dutchtown team.
Well, you had that low flood route to McZeal, and that was a big plus, a big gainer for him.
This defense has come up huge for the last 2 drives to start off this third quarter. 2 3-and-outs. And they will start off at their own 20-yard line, will the Griffins. Champagne calls for the football, takes it himself, right up the gut, finds a seam. He will cross the 30 to the 31 and pick up a first down, a gain of 10 yards, maybe 11.
Well, this is what I like about Champagne. This play right here, he runs in the B gap. Not a favorite spot for quarterbacks to run. There it is, right there. B gap, slides through there, picks up a first down.
Christian Gotro, number 77, pulling from his tackle spot. Had a good block in there to spring him. Who almost wanted to take it back and didn't want to give it to Harvey. Harvey bounces off some tacklers. Still on his feet, picks up 8, maybe 9 on the carry. Thought he was going to go down at about the the 37, but he just kept those legs turning. Look, he didn't want to give it up.
And Harvey, he wasn't. When Santa Monica and Dutchtown played earlier this year, weren't in the same. He didn't play in that game.
Upset alert. Denham Springs leading Walker 21-14, and it's a final. Excuse me, it's not just an alert, it's an upset, a huge upset. Denham Springs comes up big, 21-14 to beat Walker. That throws all kinds of things into disarray. Did he make the catch? No, sir, he did not. Mayo thought he did it. He was going to try to play a little acting there, but the referee right there to make the call.
That's a long ways to throw a little 3 or 4 yard out route all the way across the field.
And he was hit immediately when he threw it. Boy, that was pretty close to looking like he might have grabbed it. Got his arms under it. He was blocked from our camera angle, but still, heck of an effort. But, man, what a turn of events for Denham Springs. Their huge rival, Livingston rival, and beats Walker.
And, you know, you have to wonder, was Denham thinking
first down for the Griffins?
You know, was Denham Spring thinking, you know, this is we are the team in Livingston Parish. It's not Live Oak, it's not Walker. And Denham Springs did their thing tonight. Good job for, what was it, Brett Beard over there?
Denham Springs now moves to 3-2. Walker falls to 3-2. Dutchtown could be in the driver's seat, and Sanamaw at 4-1 if they can hang on. Sanamaw already has won against Prairieville. Mayo makes the catch, so they go to 4-1. Boy,
Gain of 2, second down, 8.
what a surprise. Good catch that time by Mayo. 2-yard gain brings up 2nd and 8. Clock rolling. Dutchtown not in any hurry. Under 3 minutes to play in the third. Again, got off to a 45-minute late start because of the weather. Here's going deep. Did he catch it? He did! What a great catch by number 9, Martell Rogers.
And throw. Outstanding job right there by Champagne. All the way across the field, down the sidelines.
And he was well covered by Gant. Gant was step for step for him. That was just a perfect pass. Great job for Martell Rogers. Bringing it back, however. Ineligible receiver downfield is the call. Terry Macon, our referee. And that negates a huge pitch and catch.
And I'm wondering just I see. It was an RPO right there. And I guess that's one of the possibilities, vertical route. You see the lineman pulling. But I thought that fake and that throw was pretty quick.
Got to be within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 12. Handoff to Lakedron Harvey. Harvey will get across the edge, and he will do a good job to get the first down and picks up 15.
Harvey bounces outside across midfield and close to a Griffin first down.
Boy, I thought they gave him a little bit more, but he must have stepped out right at the 45-yard line. And if he does get the first down, it'll be by a microbe. They do give it to him. First and 10 Griffins. Cross the 50-yard line into East Ascension territory. Again, Lakedron thought about bouncing it outside and then saw a little bit of daylight and decided to just push forward. Picks up 2.
Well, East Ascension has an extra man in the tackle box there. Safety moves down. They go to pure man in the outside on the receivers. And they're saying we're not going to let Harvey run the ball right down our throat, or whoever is in the game right now.
Langman out of the pistol, dropping back, looking for somebody to throw to. Good pass, finds his man, Champagne, to Mayo, and Mayo says first down at the 15, make it the 16, big-time catch.
Watch Champagne. Watch the release right here. It's about as pretty as it gets.
The fact that he moved up in the pocket.
Exactly.
Set his feet, drove it down the field. Good job.
That's textbook.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. The 10th play of this drive. 1:40 left to go here in the third. Out of the pistol. Lankman takes it on the handoff. He spins forward for 2.
Langman carries for 3 yards.
He was met by Braylon Bell.
Wilkes on the tackle.
They actually give him 3 on the carry, brings up 2nd down and 7. Clock ticking right at a minute. Handoff back to Lakedron. Harvey tries to bounce it outside, sees some daylight, cuts back inside, crosses the 10-yard line. He'll be short of the 1st down, picks up 4.
Well, right there, they went to a little different look, just a power ISO look right off a right tackle.
John Pond under center for the first time, or one of the few times tonight, right over the A gap. He's going to see where the spot is as they unpile these guys. I think he's going to have the 1st down.
John Brown on the stop.
He does have the 1st down. It's 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. And that will do it, I believe, for the 3rd quarter, as they won't try to run another play. They'll let the clock run down with 10 seconds to go.
1st and goal, Griffins.
1st and goal, Griffins, when we come back and we start the final 12 minutes of this game that has gone a long time, but it has been an exciting one. We'll see what happens after this as we bring you to the final quarter. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, The RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
11 plays on this drive so far for the Griffins of Dutchtown. They lead 17-7. We're starting the 4th quarter.
And I'm going to tell you what, they look like they know exactly what they got to do. Take a little time off the clock, run the football, throw a pass or 2, and let's get this thing in the end zone, and it's going to make a difference right here in this score.
Been getting some information about the Denham Springs Walker game from Master Control, and Walker was up 14-0. That says a lot about the Yellow Jackets coming back in and win that football game. Hand off to Harvey. Harvey will be stopped well shy of the end zone. Jace Campbell flying in. Gotro loses his helmet. He'll have to come out of the ball game for a play.
Well, you got Martinez out there also playing a little defense. Number 78.
You're right. But, man, what a great play. And, again, Jace Campbell, you said it, he's not the biggest guy on the defensive line, but he is very effective.
Well, you know, you have probably like a 6'5" or a 6'1" defense here. And they have the right idea by pulling the 2 people. One of them has to be one of those backs, though.
The Spartans, hang on. Thought they called a timeout, but I don't think they did. Coach Mathern out on the field talking with the officials. It's not a timeout. It looked like number 77, Gotro, stayed on the field after losing his helmet. I do think he has to come out for a play. He's still in there.
Unless there's a penalty involved in it.
They'll snap it. Hands off. No, he doesn't. Pulls it back. Nowhere to go for Dotter, who catches the football. Great job, and they met.
Watch the tackle on Harvey here. Fake to him. Boom. Little easy throw out there in the flat.
3rd and goal.
Great job for Landry to make the stop and make sure that Dotter went nowhere. Brings up 3rd down. This is a big, big defensive play for the Spartans. 3rd down and goal. It'll be Champagne right up the gut. Is he in? He is not. He is short. Champagne down to the inch line.
I tell you what, he looks good when he's running through that little fake and go gap. Three people pulled right there. I don't know. It looked like he might have got in right there, but
good blocking by the center. Aiden Guejo and Dawson Davis opening up that hole. This is going to be straight up the middle. Touchdown. Finally get the signal. And the Griffins are in and add to it. 23-7 now. Mayo set to hold for Corbin Russell. Russell has perfect on extra points so far this season.
Long to kick the extra point.
He is 19 of 19 so far.
That's almost perfect.
More perfect than I promise. And he is 20 for 20. Nice round number. 10:08 left to go in the ball game. The Spartans, the DUTCHTOWN Griffins leading 24-7 over the Spartans. We'll be back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzales. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
Central.
We are back 24-7. A methodical drive, Coach. 13 plays, and they put it in the end zone. 80-yard drive, and they just chewed up the clock.
Did a little bit of everything with the running back, a few little passes, and the quarterback.
This kick angles out of bounds again. It'll stay. It did not stay in bounds. It looked like it might bounce around the pylon, but it goes out of bounds. So another penalty there, the second kicking mistake that they've had.
Well, and, I'm not sure, what they're thinking because it looks like he was actually trying to kick it over there.
Just might have gone a little too far.
Sure he doesn't want to go out of bounds, but then I can only imagine what you're thinking as a special teams guy. We put the ball down here 1st and 10 for him. We don't have a run back at least.
They'll start at their own 35. We heard from the PA announcer here at East Ascension that Central is leading Zachary in the fourth quarter 14-3. That would be a huge upset.
Well, Central had that deal where they
Gotro to McZeal again, finds a soft spot in the zone, all by himself, crosses the 50-yard line, reminiscent of what they did a little bit ago.
Exactly what they did a while ago. Little bootleg action.
Gotro just finds McZeal. McZeal, a good open field tackle, just upended. Nicely done by the cornerback that time, Kobe Harris, the senior. Dropping back. Gotro looking for somebody to throw to. Pump fakes and now finds his man. It is caught, and that's Oob. They're marching down the field all of a sudden. Got a little.
Well, Oob ran a vertical route, then all of a sudden stopped and came back. And Gotro was right there. The line's giving him plenty of time to throw the ball right here.
The defense playing kind of soft in the zone. I bet they'll tighten him up, but this time it's Williams who's got some room. He will be hit hard by number 10 that time, Braden Dunn. And Dunn will stop him, but not before he picks up about 9. Make it 8.
Dunn on the tackle for the Griffins.
So 3 very positive plays from the offense of the Spartans. Again, Williams around the edge. Good blocking on the outside, and that was Deron McZeal who blocked up Rents to allow that first down run.
On the scrimmage, the Griffins 23.
Ball at the 23-yard line, and the Spartans not wasting any time getting to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for EA. Gotro, plenty of time to throw the football. Just got to find somebody to throw to. Well covered downfield. He's found his man in the end zone. Did he get it there? He does make the catch. No, he was out of bounds when he caught the ball, but he had to make that throw a little sooner as he broke out of his route.
Yeah, Gotro, the guy was open twice, but he wasn't in a position where he could make the throw. And then at the end, he was open again, and he made the throw, but it was out of bounds right there, and the receiver could not stay in bounds.
Oob still makes a good catch as he was hit when the football got to him. Gotro fakes the handoff, will throw it into the flats, intended for Davis. It was just off his fingertips.
You got to catch that. Watch how Gotro gets depth right here. Maybe the throw was a little bit high.
3rd and 10 now. This is where this offense has struggled. 3rd downs. Had to respot the ball a little bit. It got bounced around in the mayhem of guys lining up. Gotro looking right. Now he's going to be flushed and he's sacked. I don't know that he was actually sacked, except that number 20 was coming right up the gut, Chad Christie, and nobody picked him up. And I think the turf monster might have gotten Gotro that time. But he saw his life flash before his eyes, I think.
4th and 18.
Well, they've done a pretty good job protecting, but one of the big keys is that they've done a lot of bootleg and sprint out right there to get outside to help in the protection.
48-yard field goal attempt. He had a 45-yard. It came up short. This one is up. It's got some distance. Does it get there? Just a little shy. Just a little bit short. And so they try 2 long field goals on the subsequent drives, and they come up shy.
8:05 remaining in the ball.
8:05 left to go in the ball game, and the Griffins will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Let's take a look at what's coming up on Rev over the next couple of weeks. Well, really the next week, as this is week 10 right here. Rev Sports 1, you'll have on Thursday, we'll have Live Oak at Dutchtown. That's going to be an interesting football game. And then on the 8th, we've got St. Thomas Aquinas in Prairieville, where you will be coach, and I will be in Donaldsonville for Patterson at Donaldsonville. Should be an interesting football game on Rev Sports 2.
Sounds like a good week.
Always on Rev Sports. This one's high, bounces up, and got a lucky bounce that time for Champagne. It just bounced right back into his hands, but that could have been catastrophic. And then just throws it out of bounds, really trying to get it from Mayu, but just
looked like it was a little hot.
A little hot, a little high, you're right. Their last drive was a touchdown on 13 plays. That will chew up some clock. If they could do that here, it would be I didn't see the penalty call, but they back him up 5 yards. They'll bring up 1st and 15 now. It must have been a procedure call. And that will be Harvey picking up a yard.
No, I don't think we had a fumble tonight.
No, sir, we have not.
And
Injury timeout.
we've had a lot of running plays.
Yes, we have. Christian Gautreau down. I think he might have got a cramp. It's hot out there for November. It shouldn't be this hot. I hope it's just a cramp. Let's take a look at our Dutchtown keys to the game again, just to see how things have panned out. Sustained drives, they did it a little bit. They haven't done it consistently, but they have 2 big drives that they've scored on. The first one from their first possession in the first quarter, and then the last drive they just had was 13 yards. No big plays. They've only given up 1 big play. And then they out-physical the Spartans, I think.
I think you have that right on. Look, this game was all about, I think, the Dutchtown offense did a pretty good job. I'm kind of interested to see how many yards he has. He's got to have 150, I would think. So.
I would think so because he had 64 on the first drive. He took every snap or every yard. This is Harvey again trying to get around the left side. And he doesn't get much. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe another foot or 2.
But
McZeal makes the stop.
The player of this game has been the Dutchtown defense.
Yes.
Easily. They have really played well. They gave up 7 points on the trick play, and like we say, that counts. But I would like to see where that corner was. He was almost tackling McZeal, probably on that situation. But a well-executed play there by East Ascension.
3rd and 13. They'll just hand off once again. This time to Langevin. Langevin will get 7 yards, but it'll be shy of the first down, and I would expect they punt this one away, and Champagne will get ready to do so.
I like the way of Champagne. We didn't get the first down. Let me drop back here about 13, right. 14 yards.
I saw a little documentary with, I don't know if you can call it a documentary, but it was Pat McAfee and Peyton Manning talking about punters. And in the old days, and you know this just as well as I do, that quarterbacks did do most of the punting. And it was very, it was a big change when they actually had a dedicated punter.
But, like Seth Babin was one of my punters, okay? And it was all about one thing. Could we do fakes with him and everything? He could run, he could pass, whatever. Very good athlete. But the big thing is that Dale Weiner told me this. You know what your team's got to play? That guy right there is the quarterback. You better be covering everybody. Maybe you're going to be on your toes or your heels as far as rushing. And so, that's something you have to be prepared for. And that means you got to spend extra time on it.
You mentioned Dale Weiner. Several weeks ago, we've been meaning to talk about this, but he was inducted, or at least announced that he's going to be inducted into the Louisiana Hall of Fame.
That's big.
Sports Hall of Fame, which is huge. Huge. Doesn't happen to a ton of high school coaches, and he has certainly made his mark on high school football and a lot of young men.
There's no doubt about that, and I will say the same, that he's done that with me, because we used to talk all the time when we were swapping film. I just enjoy conversation. He's just a good guy, a great guy, in fact.
When I first started getting into broadcasting, I don't know how I was allowed to do this, but I was the host of the Dale Weiner Show on WJBO back in 1991, 92. Just barely out of Catholic high school. This will bounce into the hands of McZeal. McZeal's going to try to make something happen, and he will be one-armed slung down. Well, great job for Rentz. And Rentz set the tone for this defense when he hit that running back in the first play of the game.
Right around the corner. Playoff time, right around the corner. Soccer season, right around the corner. Basketball season. I think powerlifting's right around the corner.
A lot of things happening in the wintertime.
You got your cross-country championships, your swimming championships, volleyball championships.
This pass to McZeal is complete. Defense keeps him in front of him and only picks up 5.
I tell you what, I love to watch this McZeal. He is the real deal.
And you can tell that none of these guys for East Ascension have given up. They're still fighting for this, and they got plenty of time. There's still time on this clock. 6 minutes to go. But they've got to make some moves quickly. Gotro dropping back, throwing. Finds Williams out of the backfield. And Williams has got some running room. It looked like he was going to get pushed and run out of bounds, but he was able to duck under the defender, and he gets the first down.
Nice little throw in the flat right there.
Watch him duck under 33, Braden Jaro. First down for the Spartans. Clock stops so they can take their time getting the play in. Gotro is coming to the ball game for Hudson Browning. Gotro throwing across the middle to Dumas, and Dumas has the pass broken up by Lathan Riley. Lucky that wasn't picked off.
That right there was a route to run. You had 2 safeties deep. Somebody's got to go down the pipe, and that's where. But you got to throw this a lot sooner than this.
Boy, you're not kidding.
4 verticals. I love that route.
Blackburn goes in motion. Gotro steps up into the pocket, now running for his life. Looking for somebody that, nope, he's going to take it himself. He's got some running room. It looked like, I think, Tim Owade thought he was going to run out of bounds, and he's able to tightrope the sideline.
Owade said he wished he would have ran out of bounds because I'm not catching him if he turns up the field.
And he did not. His first down, big run by Gotro. Calls for the football, rolls out, finds his man McZeal. McZeal across the 20, still on his feet, breaks 2 tackles, finally rolled out by Braden Jaro.
Well, I think I made a mistake in saying that you're not going to come back using the passing game, but put it in Gotro right here, having McZeal in the receiver core on every snap. Has allowed them to move the ball down the field here.
Let's take a look at the power rankings one more time, if we could. Just as we set up these playoffs, we've been talking about the playoffs. Dutchtown is number 10 in the power rankings for Week 9. Sanamon, number 13. Walker at 20. They fall to Denham Springs. They're going to fall down the hill a little bit. Denham Springs, who's at 22, they could flip-flop. And not only is it about getting in the playoffs, it's about the seeding of the playoffs and who you're playing in by district.
In the first round, but also, with the select, non-select, the way it is now, with only 28 teams, you could. It's all right to maybe look ahead because that second round game.
That's right.
You want to have a home game, if at all possible.
Gotro, incomplete.
Gotro's pass intended for Dumas.
Dumas couldn't come down with it, collides with one of the defenders. That's Lathan Riley.
Just a shade sooner right there on that throw. Perfect read, nice little cross route.
Would have had that one at the 5 if he'd been able to come down with it. Brings up 2nd and 10. 6th play of this drive. Gotro toward the end zone, overthrows McZeal, angling toward the pylon. 5:11 left to go in the game, and 3rd and 10 now.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Got to have this one. No matter what, you've got to get it into the end zone. You want to do it as quickly as you can, but you got to take as much time as you need because without it in the end zone here, virtually no shot.
Well, where's McZeal? He's third inside on this side, left side.
Blackburn, no check that. Williams will go in motion. Across the middle. Oh, what a catch by Dumas. Dumas still on his feet, driving players, and he will be dropped at the 2. But, man, what a catch. And then what an excellent effort.
Boy,
didn't get in,
nice
but what an
job.
effort.
Nice grab on a great chunk by the quarterback. Gets up there, and look at the effort right here against 2 defenders.
Well, he's trying everything he can to get that ball across the plane. He was just a yard or 2 out.
You know, it's amazing. It's good thinking right there.
Tush push. And he's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown. Gotro comes from his pistol position up against to take it from the center, and it was just everybody pushing forward. And the touchdown is in for East Ascension.
So you think Martinez might want to look at this and see just how this works for the quarterback.
That's right.
Well, does the book say you go for 2 right here or what, 1?
I think they're on to attempt the extra point.
Brock Mathern's book says he goes for 1. PAT is booted. It's going to hit a white car on Burnside. 4:45 left to go in the ball game. This one is not over. A 10-point lead for Dutchtown, 24-14. The Spartans have a spark. Back after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzales. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
An 8-play drive, 56 yards, capped off by a 2-yard, well, make it a 1-yard touchdown run by Gotro under center, just quarterback sneak. I've never understood why every single school doesn't do that. Why does LSU go out of the shotgun when they need a yard?
Yep.
Oh, onside. Ball's loose. Going to have to undo this one because that was a pretty well-executed kick. I think the Griffins fall on it, but nonetheless, that was pretty close.
That was a very good kick.
Return by the Griffins.
I thought, well, yeah, that was an opportunity right there.
There is a flag on the play.
I'm not sure if it wasn't touched a little prior to it going 10 yards.
Injury timeout. Number 9, Martell Rogers, the injured Griffin.
Martell Rogers is down. They're going to have to sort out the penalty marker. Should have brought some off up here. Not a usual November problem.
So how was trick or treat for you and your family?
Well, you know, the boys went as Gru and Drew from the Despicable Me guys, and they did a great job. Managed to pull in a few candy bars in the rain. I don't remember it raining on Halloween night really like that since I was a kid, and that's been a ways.
So are you saying that they did a good job of giving you a piece of candy or two?
You know, I'm not sure they gave me anything, but the bags may be a little lighter when they woke up this morning. Penalty was against the Spartans. The ball is in Spartan territory, and they'll hand off to Harvey. The defense is going to have to stiffen big time and make sure they go 3 and out here.
I'm really interested to see what Harvey has actually done as far as how many carries and how many yards. Because, you know, he's missed a few games this year, I guess injury-wise or whatever.
Let's take a look at what's coming up for our 5-5A district next week. Live Oak will be at Dutchtown on Thursday. Again, a big 5-5A game. If Dutchtown hangs on to this one, they're in the driver's seat.
And people have to understand that you have these Thursday games because there's a shortage of officials, and they want to put the best possible group of officials out there, and some of them have to go 2 and 3 nights in a row.
Another huge game, Denham Springs at Sandoval. I didn't think it was going to be as big a game as it's turning out to be.
And that is the game of the week.
Down and 10 by Griffins from the Spartan 49.
Of course, East Ascension will be at Walker. That turns out to be they're all big games at this point. They're week 10. And of course, you'll be at St. Thomas Aquinas at Prairieville. 2nd and 10. Hands off to Harvey. Harvey will just lumber his way to the 45-yard line, picks up 4.
I think Harvey's going to be able to sit in the ice tub tonight.
Yeah, he deserves it. Timeout called by the Spartans. 4:28 left to go in the ball game, and there you go. I mean, but they've still managed to get it to 3rd and about 7. So it's an opportunity for them to get off the field here. Let's take a look at the East Ascension schedule. And it has been an up and down year. Brother Martin was a loss. We had that game to start the season off.
Brother Martin's had an up and down year also.
They beat Salmon, lost to Sam Houston. Denham Springs barely lose that one. They've had a bunch of close ones. I mean, they've been close. Losing to Denham Springs by 3, but they've had some close ones, and they've been able to overcome some things. Of course, that Sandoval loss was a rough one for them. Had an opportunity at the end of the game, just couldn't quite hang on to the pass. Had an opportunity at Turlings Catholic, let that one get away. 5 or 6, 7, 8 plays, and this whole season is different for the East Ascension Spartans. 3rd and 7, this is the play right here for the defense of the Spartans. If they can get them off the field here, things could change. Champagne, hands off. Harvey is short of the first down. He's about 3 yards short of the first down. And they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Well, they might have a situation where Champagne, he just gets about 6 yards deep, one-step punts it.
That'll be the 3rd timeout and final timeout for East Ascension. Again, we'll take a look at what's coming up on the REV game of the week, coming up next week. And we start off on Thursday, Live Oak at Dutchtown. That's going to be an exciting one on Rev Sports 1. And then the next day we have the coach on Rev Sports 1, St. Thomas Aquinas at Prairieville. And then I will be on Rev Sports 2 with Patterson at Donaldsonville. Boy, I remember the old days when Patterson had running back Hilliard and everybody was talking about it, and it was Jeremy Hill at the same time. And, man, it was just – we've seen some really exciting high school football players over the course, and we've seen them here. I mean, we've talked about it in the pregame, right, in our open with the players that have played in this very game.
And then have played not on Saturday but on Sunday.
That's right. 4th down, and they're going to go for 4th and 3. If the defense can hold here, turn the ball over on downs. They have to be disciplined because they have gone offsides 4 times tonight.
Backing up a little bit. There you go.
They're going to punt it, and he does so. Angles for the coffin corner. It'll bounce at the 11 and down at the 4-yard line. Good smart play.
Well executed right there. Outstanding one-step punt. And, some people might want to say, oh, well, it didn't go very far. Yeah, it's on the 2-yard line or a 3-yard line, whatever.
It was exactly what the doctor ordered, and now they have to drive it 94, 96 yards for a touchdown here. And they don't have a lot of time to dilly-dally. 4:10 left to go in the game.
And, if McZeal could have got back there, played just a deep safety, and he could have easily put some yardage on a return.
Gotro throws, caught, out of bounds. Well done. Oob, his first catch of the night. In fact, I think it may be his first target of the night. Maybe his second.
Watch this, getting some depth right here, opening it up there. Good job, pitch and catch right there.
Stop the clock. They don't have a lot of time to waste, but they do have time to march down the field and get the ball back. Looking for somebody to throw to. Across the middle. Finds it. Splits some defenders. If he held on to the football, and he does, well done for Dumas to catch the football. He's got to come off the field. His helmet came off.
First down.
That will send Cameron Brady on to the field in his place. Stop the clock to set the ball for first down, and now they'll run it. Gotro, well protected. Now he's going to be chased. Looking for somebody. He's got some running room. Lots of running room. Runs out of bounds after picking up about 5. Thought it was going to have a little bit more along that left side, but it collapsed on him.
2nd and 5.
Good block for Kentrell Green to hang on and keep Josh Lewis out of the face of Gotro. Clock stopped at 3:42. Across the middle. Oh my goodness, that was a dangerous pass.
But
looking for Dumas.
That was there, right there, to get that throw in there. You also had your back swinging out of the backfield right here.
3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd down and 5. Obviously 4-down territory. There's no spot on the field that's not 4-down territory. Gotro looking for Dumas again. Now he's going to dump it off. Smart move for Oob, but there's a flag down. Ball pops loose. Lathan Riley has the football, and he will be tackled at the 10-yard line. We'll have to see what the flag is about. Oob fumbles the football, and you see the flag. Great job by our camera operators to show the laundry. I think it's going to be against the Spartans regardless, and this one will hold up.
I think there's a holding call there.
Yep, I think so too.
First fumble of the game.
Still discussing it. Again, our officiating crew of the Baton Rouge Association, Terry Macon is our white hat, our referee. Holding against the Spartans. So
First down, Griffins.
the fumble, we'll see it right here. It just comes out of the arm of Oob, scooped up by Riley, and Riley's seeing pay dirt. He jumps over Gotro and is tackled at the 10. So a tough break for the Spartans with 3:33 left to go in the game. Champagne will go under center. He'll hand off. And right untouched goes Harvey. And it's a touchdown. Great job for the Griffins to make them pay for that mistake.
The full house backfield right here. That's old school right there.
Yeah.
For a touchdown.
Good block for number 73, Landon Hedden and company. So Roussel will have an opportunity to kick this one and make it 21 for 21 on extra points for the season. I do not want to be the guy that jinxes him. Oh my gosh, he's not 21 for 21. A jailbreak, and that stops it. Good job that time for Jace Campbell. And the announcer's jinx comes back to haunt Roussel, unfortunately.
I didn't know you could go over the center like that.
There's no.
Maybe he was backed off enough to where.
Your score, Touchdown 30, EA 14.
3:31 left to go in the game, 30-14. We'll be back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzales. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
3:31 left in the ball game. And the Spartans trail 30-14. You mentioned something while we were off, and these Spartans have not given up by any stretch of the imagination. This will be McZeal from the 2-yard line. Got a little running room. He will run into one of his own guys and get a 30-yard return that time, and they'll set him up 1st and 10 with not a lot of time left. Down 16. So you got to make quick work of this. You got to carve them up. Get the onside kick. Gotro has been poised in the backfield. He's done a good job coming in.
Definitely.
For Hudson Browning. Another low snap. Grabbed it by Gotro. Gotro's got some room. Looking for somebody downfield. Dumps it off and over the head of Jeremiah Wilson.
Gotro's pass.
Wilson, excuse me.
Jeremiah Wilson, incomplete. 2nd down, 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Again, that's just such a dangerous play. I just have images of quarterbacks floating those passes over the head of receivers and going right into the defender's arms. Luckily, that did not happen. Plenty of time. Offensive line doing a good job. This time, dumps it to Dumas. Again, there's no timeouts left for East Ascension. They got to hurry. The clock will not stop except for out of bounds and incompletions.
3rd down and 5.
They're taking a lot of time here, Coach.
Well, you're trying to throw, and there's only 3 guys rushing.
Got a hand on Gotro, and he goes down. He's sacked. First sack of the night. Well, second sack, technically. Give it to Josh Lewis. But that was a combination of actually.
Bring up 4th down and 16.
4th and 16. Gotro will be flushed again. Dumps it. Finds his man. Blackburn. Blackburn will cross the 40, gets the first down, and picks up 21.
Good job there by Gotro, stepping up in the hole right there. Offensive line needs to do a better job effort-wise.
They stopped the clock just for a second to set the ball, and now they started the clock once again. Under 2. Excuse me. Well covered. It was number 10 on number 10, Darren McGee, battling Dunn. Ball is short. That'll stop the clock on the incompletion. 1:49 left to go in the game. Again, with the big win by Denham Springs over Walker, this district just got a lot more interesting. This pass intended for Blackburn incomplete.
Pass intended for Blackburn incomplete.
Sandoval goes to 4-1 with the victory over Prairieville. Walker falls to 3-2. Denham Springs is at 3-2. Dutchtown will go to 4-1 unless some insanity happens in the next 1 minute and 46 seconds. So that means the game with Denham Springs and Sanamaw. It's huge. Here comes Gotro. Gotro will step out of bounds. Good run. He gets the first down. He picks up 12. Again, boy, they're getting a lot of pressure on him.
Well, they're getting a lot of pressure. They're getting that really wide look, and those tackles are not getting out there to get apart to slow that guy down.
Fumble. Actually, he did not get the first down. He stepped out of bounds early. Let's see. And it will be
On fourth down, stop short.
stop short.
Griffins will take over on downs.
Griffins take over on downs with 1:36. And they don't need to do much. The Spartans can't stop the clock.
Getting in the victory formation.
Yep, and it has been a good game for Dutchtown. They come off the trouncing at the hands of Walker last week, 44-24. Come back, and it was this game was close. This score is not indicative of how close this game is, in my opinion.
You know, I agree with you 100%. But the thing that, you know, that we keep mentioning over and over, that we definitely talk about, this game was won by the defense of Dutchtown.
Yes.
You know, Champagne did a heck of a job. Harvey did a heck of a job. But when you look how many times they went forward, a couple of times on fourth down, and then how many times they've punted today, you know, defensively, I think it was a wake-up call for them, what happened to them last week.
Six punts, turned it over on downs twice. Did the East Ascension Spartans.
Griffins take the knee.
And that is going to do it. They don't have to do anything else as the clock will run out here. And the Griffins have overcome the Spartans here on a wet Friday night, the 1st of November. And the Dutchtown Griffins are in the driver's seat in 5-5A at 4-1, along with Sanamaw 4-1, after Denham Springs knocked off Walker tonight in what turned out to be a great game for Denham Springs, coming back 14-0 and winning 21-14. The final score here, 30-14. The Griffins take the victory over the East Ascension Spartans. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have our alma mater for East Ascension. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans sports medicine program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
And it's time for the alma mater. It's always a great tradition here at East Ascension. Win, lose, or draw. Unfortunately, tonight, it was a loss. 30-14 to the Griffins. Here we go.
Hadn't heard anything else on Zachary, huh? And that will do it for us tonight. We want to thank our great camera crew, Jake Wazan and Priya Singleton, of course our director, Nolan Wagasback, and of course back in master control, our executive producer, Lyle Boudreau. Coach, that's going to do it. It was an exciting football game. The final score, 30-14. The DUTCHTOWN Griffins take the victory over East Ascension. For David Swacker and myself, Jimmy Frederick, have a great night, everybody.